Join Vicky Carr for her baby shower on Friday the 24th of April morning show. There'll be lots of fun, extra special JM treats, and Vicky will be joined by Angela, the JM Business Academy guru. It will be a morning show not to miss, Friday the 24th of April from 9 AM.
Join guest designer Debbie Bulford for this exciting polymer clay accessories DVD. Debbie will guide you through a variety of projects, including pen tops, charms, badges, buttons, and how to create the animal print look. This DVD is ideal for all levels and great to have some fun with the kids. To get your hands on a copy, contact our call centre. Get creative with JewelleryMaker.
Hello everybody, good afternoon all. Welcome to Design Inspiration on JewelleryMaker. It's really lovely to see you this Saturday. Thank you for making us part of your weekend. My name is Rebecca Redican. Do feel free to call me Becky though. No need to be formal round here, just Becky's fine. And today I am joined by a lady who not only does it feel like she's not been here for about 17 years, but also she is one of the smiliest, chattiest women in the world. It is the lovely, extremely talented, can't wait for her to show you exactly what she's made for us, Debbie Kershaw!
Hello!
Hello, Deb!
Are you trying to say I talk too much?
Oh, I was trying to be more subtle.
You're right, actually.
No, not at all, you do not. How are you?
I'm good, thank you, yeah.
Oh, it's so nice to have you back here.
It's nice to see, I haven't seen you for ages.
I know, it's been far too long.
Yeah,
what have you been up to? Fill me in.
Oh, you know, just kids, and we've done the garden.
Ooh,
It's gone from a muddy lawn, to it's got a bit of decking and a few things in there. Got a chair to sit on, and yeah.
Sun yourself.
All I need now is some sun, and it'll be fine.
Yeah, fingers crossed for that. Oh, that sounds lovely.
Yeah.
Very homely you've been there.
I've been very homely, yeah.
How nice, how nice. What have we got today, Debbie Kay?
We got friendly plastic.
I'm so excited.
I know, I'm really excited. I love it. I love working with this.
Really?
Haven't worked with it for a while. Not everything that I know about friendly plastic I learnt from Liz Welsh.
Yeah.
Because before I worked here, I didn't even know what it was.
No.
And so I saw Liz on here and went, oh, I need to try that. And then I was completely hooked.
Yes.
So if I can do it, if people haven't tried it before, anyone can do it. You know, I think it's something that you can just make. I know a lot of card makers use it, because quite a lot of my card maker friends said, oh, I love that.
Yes.
Because they use it for cards. So I think it's quite good because you can use it, goes across quite a lot of crafts, doesn't it, friendly plastic?
It absolutely does, yeah. I love it. And I love that you can make big, bold statement pieces like this. But it is so wearable. It's lightweight, it's not dragging my neck down, but it's still a beautiful statement piece. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be working with this to create some absolutely stunning pieces today. I just love this.
It's very me, isn't it? I bet anyone who knows me is watching is going, that's so her.
Yeah, it is. So you.
I didn't have a plan. I was playing, and that's the wonderful thing about friendly plastic. I'll show you some techniques today, and you start off playing, and I thought, I haven't done friendly plastic for a while, I better brush up.
Yeah.
And I was playing, and everything that I experimented with ended up as a piece.
Wow.
Because it's such fun, and it makes a change, and if you've been doing a lot of beading, a lot of wire work, if that's your regular thing, sometimes I think it takes you out of your design rut to do something completely different. So I hadn't done this for a while, and I was very excited. So I really enjoyed it.
I am so chuffed to see how much fun we've had. Honestly, you can see all of her pieces, and I think you're just going to be blown away. It's good for newbies, but it's going to be good for people who've, you know, loved Liz Welsh and watched her all the time, and something a bit different maybe for them as well.
I think so, and obviously Liz can't be on at the moment, so I hope I do her proud today. Liz.
Oh, I'm sure you will. Gorgeous Liz. We're all thinking of you, stunning Liz. We love you so much. I hope she's watching today. If you are, Liz, give us a message in, please. Let us know you're okay. We love you, miss you lots. Okay, so I've got all of that coming up with you. We've already given you your challenge to start hat on, because today's a little bit different. Today we want to give you lots of treats, lots of goodies, and we're going to be doing it in a slightly different form today. It's going to be a bit of a higgledy-piggledy one today. I think for the first time in possibly ever in this team anyway, I'm going to start off the show by doing a whole tool section. I've got brand new tool in today. Oh yeah, I've got hardly ever seen tools that are back in. I'm also going to have some new strands in today. I am so excited. Does anyone remember the peanut coral? Possibly the quickest selling out shape I've ever seen of any of our gemstones or organics ever before. Guess what? I've got a strand back. I have. Take a look. If you've never seen peanut coral before, let me show you. This is, I'll show you that section there. That is what the individual pieces look like. So they're all this kind of monkey nut shape, but look how nicely they fit together. Oh, I just love this. This is back by popular demand. I'm not sure we've ever had it in this shade before, but I have got that coming up for you later on. I've also got, which will go sensationally well, we hardly ever see it, said to be one of the most powerful and calming gemstone in many, many different circles. It is the stunning Angelite, and look how well they go together. That is just beautiful, isn't it? Oh, go on, another sneaky peek. Ooh, yes, another strand as well. I can't wait to bring you the treats I've got today. I really, really can't. The kit's fantastic as well. So maybe you're watching because you want some bargains. You're in the right place. Maybe you're watching because you want some newbies. You're in the right place. Maybe you're watching because you're thinking about starting a new medium in friendly plastic. You're in the right place. Whatever you are looking for today, we are going to try our best to make it a perfect day to join us. So let's get started with our tool section. Are we starting with it? You are having a giraffe. Right, hang on, where is it? It's in the case. Easier said than done. What? Where is it? Leaving me stood here like a right Nelly. Nelly. Tell us a joke, Debbie Kay.
I'm rubbish. I can only think of a rude one. It's not very rude, but it's certainly not for television. I don't know any. I'm
and
rubbish.
That sums up Debbie Kershaw.
Sorry. Rubbish.
It's all right. You filled enough time. I've got it now. Brand spanking new, ladies and gentlemen. You didn't know this was going to come. You ready?
Ooh.
Saw frame and saw blades. This isn't your usual though. It will be coming, brand spanking new tool, it will be coming in your case, which has got the zip up case action to it. It's a waterproof case, it's super duper lightweight as well, and it's perfect for jewellery making. It is brand spanking new, we've never had this in before. You know, quite a lot of the time we'll do a bundle, won't we? So we'll bring you the saw blade, the saw blades, and we'll bring you the saw. If you remember our original, kind of the more known pack of blades, you'll know that they come in a little plastic pouch with the little red writing section at the top, and you get 24 of the blades. 24 of the blades. In this, you get 140 blades, ladies and gentlemen. That is absolutely astonishing. At this moment in time, on our website, you can buy a pack of 24 of these blades. They're the same variety, same thickness, graded in the same way, going from the thickest being 1 to the finest being the 6. So for many of your different mediums, they're in the same grade as we've had before. You and I will both know that right now on our website, you can buy a pack of the blades, 24 of them, and they are £5.95 at this moment in time. It's a great price point, I have to say. It is a sensational price point because these are professional jewellery making saw blades. Hi everybody. Professional making saw blades. They're for so many different mediums. You can use some for cutting your own homemade jump rings. That can save you a lot of money. You've got some of the thicker ones that are going to be great for things like your perspex. You've got some that are going to be perfect for, as Debbie Kay will be able to tell us, your cutting of metal sheet to be able to do your stamping, etc.
Yeah, I bought the saw from here and the blades because also if you're learning to saw, you will break blades.
Of course you will.
And I've been sawing for years and I break blades. It depends what mood you're in, it depends how heavy-handed you are. You know, if you're in a hurry, quite often you're trying to saw too quickly, you'll break the blades.
Yeah.
And also the different thicknesses are brilliant because they're brilliant for different thicknesses of metal, or if you're using perspex or sawing jump rings, whatever. But to have it conveniently, because I'm always rooting through my drawers and then not bothering, of course, to label what the saw blades are. So trying to hold them up and see actually what they are.
Yeah,
so again, like the stamps that we do like this is really user-friendly, isn't it?
Yes, absolutely. Really user-friendly.
Because you've got, it tells you exactly, as long as you put them back, where even I can manage that, in the right slot, you can see exactly what blade you need for what project you're doing.
Yep.
And you've got your saw frame as well, so you're not rooting around everywhere trying to find them. No. It's also a great, already, did you say $5.99 for our saw blades?
$5.95 for a pack of 24.
See, that's brilliant compared to anywhere else.
It really is, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
For a pack of 24. I've got 140 saw blades in this pack.
See, that's brilliant.
Do you mind if I just work that out? Let's say our saw blades on our website at the moment, double check, is it $5.95 or $4.95? Double, triple check for me. But if we work out, you know, in our original pack it's 24, how much would just the saw blades be? Because you're getting 140. They are definitely $5.95 for a pack of 24 on our website currently. I don't know why I said like that, it just came out like that. Just did. And it is a pack of 24, isn't it? Double check that. Yeah, double checked. It's a pack of 24 and it is 24, yep, that's right. And they are $5.95. So I've got 140 here. So how much would that be? How many saw blade packs would I have to get? A fair few, wouldn't I? And very rarely actually do we sell them by themselves. And just remember as well, this is new packaging for us. We've never brought you this before. Normally, it is nice that, says my director. The saw blade as well. If you've not seen the saw blade, let me get the saw blade out for you, whilst my producer Helena's getting her maths out. Getting her maths on. So this is an adjustable saw blade. I've got the saw blade here for you. So, if I show you, you've got this adjustable saw blade here. So, say I put an original blade in at this length and then it snaps in the middle, as it probably would. It doesn't mean that I've wasted the whole of that saw blade, then I have to remove it all. No, if I've snapped it here, I can actually just readjust the saw blade, do it down to that section that I needed at, retighten it and just use that section. So even when you actually break a blade with this, it's not a complete and absolute waste at all. It's such an easy tool to use, it really is. Don't think of it like a big industrial heavy saw. It's not. This is a professional jewellery making tool. So my producer Helena is working out now. Have you worked it out, lovely? So for 24 blades on our website at the moment, they're $5.95. You've got 140 blades in here though, so you'd have to buy just over 5 packs, so about 5 and a bit. But even if we just say 5, so that's actually lower, that would be less blades. So it will be $5.95 times 5, which would work out at £34 approximately. Now that's us underplaying it, because that would only work out to be approximately 130 something blades, where you've actually got 140 here. So that would work out, reiterate again, just for the saw blades, mind, £34. The saw frame on our website at the moment is approximately $9.95. It is, I've just been confirmed that, $9.95. So already, without the packaging, you're looking at a price point of around about £44. Not today, brand new tool. $10.95. Your face then, you were looking in your bag, you looked up, you are shocked at that, aren't you?
I thought maybe 20 quid or something, and then that was still going to blow me away. All they have to do is just go into that search engine and just, I can't think of another word, and search for saw blades and just see how much they cost for a small pack on other websites, on maybe more metal specified, you know, websites for metalsmiths. And, you know, and also then sometimes as well when you're starting out, you don't know what saw blade size you need necessarily.
Right.
So you get the wrong one, so you get like 50 of the wrong one, and then you go, oh. And you're trying to saw and it's breaking because you haven't got the right. Once you've got them, you know what they're called. You can search. You can see what you're supposed to material you're supposed to use with them. That is a ridiculous price.
It is genuinely sensational,
it's a bit
isn't
silly,
it?
really.
We have had a nosy online, and Helena's just absolutely blown away by the prices that she's putting up literally just now.
No, they are.
Just for, and
honestly,
some of them she's saying you don't even get a variety.
No.
You're just getting, you know, the individual packs.
You do.
Just one of each size.
Or you just get, so you would
just say a size 6.
Size 6, 10 of those. And then they come and, you know, when you begin, you break 3 in the first hour and you think, oh, I'm going to need more saw blades.
Yeah.
As I say, don't be put off if your saw blade breaks, because I still break saw blades.
Yeah.
You know, it just depends what you're doing. Just a little tip, when you do put your saw blade in, when you ping it with your nail, you know, ping the blade, you want to have a sweet sound. It doesn't want to sound like a dull thud.
Okay.
It wants to ting, ting, and then you know it's tight enough.
So what's the noise if it's not tight enough?
It's kind of like just a thud, just like a thud metal sound.
Okay.
And it just means that you haven't got enough tension in your saw blade.
Right.
So it's bending. But you'll hear it just make a ting, like a sweet sound, but it's just a thud when it's not.
Right.
I know that sounds weird, but it's the easiest way to tell.
I know exactly what you mean.
And you really need to push against it to get your blade to be really, really straight,
really
with
tight.
Absolutely no bend in it, or else it won't cut properly.
Good tip. There are lots of designer inspirations online to show you exactly how to use that as well. So, just fantastic. There's loads of you coming in. Names going off my screen for a second time. Half of my stock has gone on this. I just need to make you aware. I have right here, right now, as far as I'm aware, got the full quantity of these. Am I right in saying that, Helena? Have we got the full quantity here today? Yeah, as far as my producer's aware, as far as I'm aware, I've got the full quantity on show right here, right now. And essentially half of that's gone. So I'm going to have to move on, but well done to everyone. Even if you think, well, do I have any mediums that need to use a saw blade? I would say to you, get this now, because it's an absolute bargain. And say something does take your fancy in 2, 3, 4 weeks time and you don't have this, you will have to buy that original saw blade, which is still a great price, but this one's working out a little bit better, isn't it? £10.95 on that. Just love it. Well done, everybody. So we are at the tool station, and because I'm talking about tools, I have got one for Debbie Kershaw. Where is it? It's not in there. There's cords in there. And gone. Thank you so much, Ben. You lovely, lovely chap. Debbie K. Ooh. 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 Ooh.
Lovely.
Lovely. First, let's talk about the dapping block, shall we? We don't have this in often at all. The first time we have it in, it flew out as quick as a bat out of water. So, what have we got here?
You've basically got a tool that can manipulate your metal so that you can make sort of dome shapes, circular shapes, basically 3-dimensional shapes rather than having flat metal.
Got you.
So if you've seen me do stamping or my metal shows, you'll have seen me make flowers out of the flat blanks.
Yes.
Simply by placing them into the dapping block, putting the little mandrel on top and hammering it down. You start on the biggest one that your material will fit in and you work your way down.
Okay.
So you start off with a flat, say, what blank have you got there? The little flower?
These are little flowers, yes.
So you start off with the flat little flower, and then maybe you've stamped it, or maybe you've textured it, maybe you've coloured it even, your patina's on, and then you can actually make it into a 3-dimensional flower so that it actually resembles a proper flower. So that kind of takes your metalwork to the next level because you're adding dimension. And then you can maybe get the ends with your round nose pliers and make it into a real flower.
Yes.
But it's brilliant for playing with. You can also use this if you put some sort of releasing agent in there, like petroleum jelly or something. You could use it for your friendly plastic, could use it for your polymer.
Really good tip.
You know, before you bake it. Yeah.
Clever.
I use it for loads of different things.
That's really, really good. So actually, maybe it's worth getting 2. One for stamping, because obviously, you know,
you will dent it with stamping.
You will dent as you stamp.
Yeah, you will.
And then one for things like your friendly plastic or your polymer. Really good idea. You are not just a hat rack, my friend. Not even a hat rack. I've never seen you in a hat. I've also got for you the number stamps here as well. So before we dap, we would be using these number stamps for you. Let me get these out for you to have a nosy at, shall I? Can I open them without breaking the box? Come on, Bex, you can do it. I've got it. Here you go. Let me show you. There you go. So you've got a 0 to 9. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 0. And then the reason we don't have a 6 is because you can use the 9 in both ways, obviously. So that's exactly what we've got in here, and it comes in the little storage box as well. So let me reiterate exactly what we're getting. Number punch set 0 to 9. Wooden dapping block with your 2 different tools as well. What are these 2 different ones for?
They give you a different feel. So what you need to do really is have a play, but you've got sort of one with the sharper end.
Yes.
So that as you go down in your sizes,
Yeah.
when you actually get to the smallest size and you want to make the deepest sort of indentation, you would use the longer, thinner one.
I see. Good tip.
And then the other one is flat, so that when you're starting off, you might want to start with that one and just see how your metal goes as you go to each hole to see actually what shape you want to achieve. So both of them do slightly flatter doming shape, slightly sharper.
Brilliant, thank you for that. Okay, and then lastly, but by no means leastly, we get the flowers. You're getting 5 of those in total, but I might have some more things you could work with this later. Okay, let's get your pricing. Should be £13.85. Actually a sensational price. I've seen number stampers alone at higher prices than that for the metal variety, so that's a great price for the whole kit and caboodle. Today we're going to roll it down for you though. Are you? Do you know what? Helena is in a really mischievous mood today. She genuinely, you know those days where you just feel a bit like, I'm just gonna whatever, I don't care really. £7.95 for you today. Debbie Kershaw didn't even smile at that. She's just frowned.
How many of the little flowers do you get as well?
5 of these ones.
Do you know what? I come on and they know that I stamp, so they put all the good stuff on and I can't buy it.
She's found us out. Abort, she's found out.
You know what these flowers are good for as well? If you saw them or cut them in half, they make nice little clouds and you can hang off your little pears as rain. That looks pretty.
Love that idea. Little hearts you could do with them as well.
Little hearts you can do loads. They can go quite a long way if you want to sort of cut them up or saw them up.
Love that idea. What a genius. Loads of you coming in. It's lovely to see you all. Hi, everybody. I've got loads of treats coming here for you. Very, very, lots of treats for you today. Very quick amount of you coming through for all of these, so please be quick off the marks today. If you wish to treat yourself to some things, then today is your day. Following on from the dapping block, I am going to quickly bring you something that we could use with the dapping block.
Ooh.
Oh, indeed. Ooh. All of these, I suppose you can use them as connectors, but we would also describe them as blanks. Let me show you them in the black colour. I've got them in black and I've got them in this really nice old gold colour. Let me get these out. If you'll pay attention to the screen quickly, because I'll rush through them as quick as I can. So we've got a selection of your crinkle cut rounds. You've got a selection of your beautiful textured hearts, and these have, sorry, I'll pick up one, these have got the 2 holes in there as well for you to use. Super thick as well, actually, really sturdy these are. I've also got your smaller hearts detail. I've got in here also, right, 10 that's not happened. Right, the last presenter who was here, I don't want to name names because I don't know who it was, but essentially they've just thrown everything in anywhere. Okay, who was it? Lucy. It's not a surprise, she's a mucky pup, that Luce. Okay, let's show you with the Antiques Bronze colour, but you will be getting the same shapes in the black. Antiques Bronze crinkle cut. You get the textured effect of the hearts, large ones. You get the, almost animal print, spotty rounds. You also get the eyelet shapes. I love that. How Chanel is that one? Ooh, it's almost like a grid, isn't it? It's a little bit industrial, love that. You also get the oval, which has got this lovely zebra stripe-esque appeal. And lastly, but by no means least, hang on, you get your teardrops. So imagine all of those shapes and textures but in the black. You also get the storage pot. You can use this with your dapping box, use it as connectors, use it as earrings, use it as you will. Your price point today, £29.95. But not today, because like I said, Helena just doesn't care. She's like, whatever. £24.95. If we can slash it today, we're going to. That is my thank you for joining me to you. You're getting 140 of these, which means you're getting 10 of each design. They range in size from smallest being around about a 12 mil up to the largest around about an 18 mil. Some of them different shapes, obviously about 18 by 10 or 11 mil, but great variety in there. £24.95 with the storage box. Great storage box there. Get it whilst you can. You've just had £5 off that, so why not? Bringing to you quickly the rubber block and the hammer. Rubber block and hammer is sensational. We don't have the rubber block on often at all. You can use it for lots of different things. You can pop it underneath your metal block if you want to, but I know a lot of people do actually have two of these and say this is the rubber block with another rubber block. They'll actually just hammer on top of it, putting their wire shape or whatever it might be in between, especially with maybe your coloured wires. I've also got in here the chasing hammer as well. This is going to be perfect to use with your dapping block because it's got a really nice weight to it indeed, and that's going to be great with the dappling block like I said. So let me bring these both to you. Your price point today, you're going low. How low can you go? That should be £10.51-ish pence, I think that said. Honestly, Helena's just like a rebel without a cause today. She's just whatever. I don't mind. It's a Saturday. Doesn't matter. £6.95.
Speechless.
Oh my God. You deserve a medal, Helena.
Doesn't happen often.
Oh God, what's that? It's a pig flying. £6.95 for you today on this one. That is genuinely sensational.
It's really, really good. I don't know where you could get the rubber block on its own for that or the hammer.
No.
Yeah, no, I use rubber block all the time. I think I've got three. Yes, three of them.
Okay.
One goes under my for stamping.
Right.
One I use for my precious metal clay. When you finish and you fired your clay,
yes,
you can then sort of shape and you can shine onto your rubber,
onto the rubber
so
block.
that the other side of the block, doesn't mark it.
Perfect.
So yeah, they're brilliant.
That is sensational, isn't it? That is just sensational. Well done, everyone. Get it whilst you can, because genuinely, I think for this price point, even if you've already got a hammer, just think to yourself, do I have a hammer for all of the mediums I need? Do I have one for my findings? Do I have one to do my dapping block? Do I have one to do my stamping? Because all of these different mediums will have a different effect on your hammer, and sometimes it means you can't actually cross over. For example, if I use this hammer just to stamp on my letters, then obviously it is going to dent the shape of this because you're working with metal stampers. It's going to dent it. So then if I go to use this just to work hard on my wire, well, that texture is going to be passed on to my wire, and my wire could essentially be ruined if that's not the look I'm going for. So at that price point, even if you just want the rubber block, it's a bargain, or if you just want the hammer, it is as well. £6.95. Names have gone off my screen. Order in court. Well done. Even if you just want to, I can't believe I did the exact same thing yesterday with the hammer. Deja vu. But yesterday Claire came to pick it up, my guest designer.
Is that really bad? For the ladies. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry if anybody saw Ben's backside then closer than they ever wanted.
We still got jeans on.
There is that, yes.
At least I've got jeans on. Why would you? I'm not even going to ask that. Anyway, £6.95 bargains. About to sell out though. Hole punch as well. This is another thing that you can tell us about. Hole punch. Over here. Things are just spread around today, aren't they? It's like a treasure hunt. It's like Funhouse. Do you remember Funhouse?
Is it a children's programme?
It was back in the 80s. Pat Sharp. Funhouse.
Yeah.
It's a whole lot of fun. Prizes to be won.
I remember
It's a real Christmas. It didn't happen. It sounds very similar to that. I don't know what they said. So, double metal punch.
Brilliant. And this is we do 3 different sizes of this punch. It might even be 4 now, actually.
Yeah, I'm wondering if it is 4, you know.
This is the one I use the most.
Is it? And why is that? It's
because you've got the smaller.
4.2.4.
Yeah, they're the sort of smaller holes, so brilliant for your making your holes in your metal and your blanks for metal stamping. Really good for if you want to run your wire through, because not always if you're stamping or using metal will you want to just put 1 thread of beading thread through. So you might want to put a thicker gauge of wire, so it's quite handy to have 2 different sizes to go through. And also it's so much easier to use than the drill. Just massively quicker, no mess, no messing about, and really much easier than you think to use on your hands.
Yeah.
You know, it's really quite easy.
It really, really is. Literally, you just have to turn these and it's as simple as that. And essentially, it'll push out your blank metal. You'll get a little bit of the metal back, which you can use in your resin or whatever you want, really. And it's as simple as that. 2 different size holes in 1 tool. Your price point today, £8.95, easy as you like. It really is so simple to use. It truly is. Get it whilst you can. Lots of you coming in for this. Lovely to see you. It's great. We use this on a massive amount of our different mediums as well. Someone's messaged in. What did they say? Of course you can. Of course you can. But I'm not sure I can put this up. At least Ben didn't have builder's backside. Very good point.
Good point.
Very. Pardon?
Every cloud.
Every cloud. Very good point. Do feel free to text us in today. Not about that as a topic, please. I just mean if you've got any questions for Debbie Kay, because it might be a new medium for some of us. So do treat yourself to these. £8.95. What are you saying? What? What now? We're going out of the tool station. I would have done more of a boop, 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 because you think trucks. What? What?
Oh,
Station.
we're in a car
Tool
station.
station.
I thought we were in like a station.
Oh, I'm thinking it's like a station whereby you get all your tools, so you get a big lorry backing out there.
Oh.
Isn't it amazing how you can read into things so differently? I'm stepping out of the tool station now. How would that sound?
The for a birthday.
Anyway. Oh, this, ladies and gentlemen, is my amazing team. Oh, that reminds me, I might give my announcement today, you know.
Huh?
I am not pregnant. It's just winter weight. Yeah, my announcement. I'll give that later on. You don't understand. I'll mime it to you when the camera's off me. So, I have got for you here new in strands. I've just said I'm not pregnant. Get over it. Brand new strand. These are your white coral fancy shapes. I have got your white coral fancy shapes here. This is a strand we apparently have not had in stock before. I know we've had this shape in, but I don't know if you remember the last time we had them in, they were in that really bright pink colour. This time they're in the white. They are sensational. Let me tell you a bit about coral first, because I know this is so important to you know, a lot of us. Our coral, if you've never bought coral from us before, I need to let you know, ladies and gentlemen, that our coral is completely ethically sourced. Completely ethically sourced. I can't guarantee that every coral from every company is ethically sourced, but I can say here on JewelleryMaker we get ethically sourced coral. And how do we get that? Okay, there's a number of ways. One way that we get a small amount, but it's not our largest amount, is from washed up coral on beaches, because essentially, obviously, coral can be washed up on shore, and we do get a bit of it from there, from different places in the earth. A lot of ours, though, the majority of which we will get from hillsides, we'll get from mountainous regions, which I know sounds loopy. You're thinking, what? How can you get coral that's from the sea on mountainsides? Okay, so it's back ancient times where there used to be seas and there no longer are. So where ancient seas no longer exist due to, you know, a movement of the earth, due to, you know, shifts within continents and everything else. Essentially, the seas and the oceans have moved, so we get a lot of it from mountainous areas where seas do not exist and have not existed for many years. And so essentially the coral that we get and that we source has been dead essentially for hundreds and hundreds upon thousands of years. So it's almost like a fossilized coral in a sense, I suppose. So it's ethically sourced, so already we're happy to buy in confidence to know that we've not gone in, we've not disturbed marine life, we've not gone messing around with live coral, chopping pieces off or anything like that. Ethically sourced. So all of you who've already purchased, all you multi-buyers who've already purchased, you're buying in confidence. Happy days. What about everybody else? Let's take a nosy at this, shall we? Because it is sensational. I want to show you just a small section. So let me hold it like this. Each one of these is in the this shape. Used to be referred to as the peanut shape. We've called it the fancy shape today because it's not really the shape of a peanut, it's more the shape of a monkey nut. And let's be honest, monkey nut coral sounds odd. So we've called it fancy shapes. That's literally it, that's the only difference. So we've called it your fancy shape coral, and that's what we have here. Each one of them almost looks like a monkey nut, but also a little bit like a bow tie if I turn them sideways, doesn't it? A little bit. And what happens is, because of the way these are linked, they just naturally loop in together like this. So let me show you that again, from them being apart to looping them together. You can see that section. They naturally will interlink. That gives you such a different appeal. They almost look totally different, don't they? If I hold them like that, and then hold them like this, that already, just in this one strand, is giving you so many different ways to work with this organic strand. I love the idea, if I have a look at the drill hole, decent enough sized drill hole actually, I love the idea of just doing a really simple stretchy bracelet with this. I think it's gorgeous. I really like the idea as well of just having one or two of these, just maybe on a piece of beading threads as a necklace. They don't even have to be interlinked. Maybe just with a spacer in between. That'd be really, really nice.
They look like, if you bunch some of them together like that, they almost look like you've done an intricate bead weave.
Almost like the Kumihimo beading, almost.
Almost, you get that same effect, but obviously
right.
You've just put it onto a strand, so they're quite clever like that, aren't they? I think
Very.
They just look lovely just as they are, with maybe a spacer in between, or like you said, just a stretchy bracelet, because they sit so beautifully together.
They really do. And you're just saying about how many there are as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Just this section here is 10. So 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 120, 130, 140. I've got about 150 on this strand. I've never said that before. About 150 on this strand. Wait. That is... what? You're going to absolutely adore this price point. They're stunning. You've got about 150 of them. Ethically sourced organic is going to give you interest and uniqueness for £7.95 on this for you today. That is absolutely sensational. And at the end of the day, if you're looking at this strand now and thinking, okay, that's a decent sized strand, don't forget, not only is there no spaces on this, but actually because of the way they interlink, if they just sit side by side, you know, they take up this much space, but because of the way they knock and interlink, they push in together. So actually, the amount you're getting on here is almost unfathomable, because there's such a huge amount. There really, really is. I can't get over that. I think it's sensational. I really do. I think it's just wonderful. £7.95. Hello everyone, it's lovely to see you all. I'm heading over to Debbie K in a moment or seven. Debbie K, I'd just like to hear your idea for this, please.
For the strand, I was just watching just now what Lind did.
Yes.
And she did sort of a lot of spaces together, and then she had sort of lots of neutral ways. It looked gorgeous. I only saw it from over there, but that would really work with this. If you just put sort of, I don't know, 10 together, then say 10 spaces, then 10 of those. So you've got this kind of intricate, and you could always hang a big pendant off it, maybe a friendly plastic or a big stamping and with a name. I wouldn't do too much about taking them apart because I love the way they sit together.
Yeah,
so I would definitely cluster them.
I love that.
For sure.
Just a pair of those, a pair of earrings on a dangle.
Because they sit really nicely. And they're unusual. You don't often get unusual shapes.
No, you're right. You really, really don't. Oh, crocheted with just some white beading thread.
That'd be lovely.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm on here. £7.95 for you today. By the way, if you're sorry about this cut on my finger, I did try and cover it with makeup, but I can't. If you didn't join me yesterday, I was having a very full-on conversation with my dog. I got overexcited and whacked my finger on the wall. That's what I did, so I'm sorry about that. I know, I was having a right good chat with Mulberry, and I just can't believe it. £7.95 for you today. I've just summed it up there. Loads of you coming in for this. Hello South Wales, hello Kent, Cleveland's in with us as well. Lancashire, Suffolk, Merseyside. I've got Aberdeenshire, I've got Dorset, I've got Fife is in with us. Hello lovely Fife, Cambridgeshire, Yorkshire, and West Midlands. I've got there's about a minute and a half queue on the phone, but don't worry, okay, because I'm going into designer inspiration now, so you know we rabble on for this bit for a bit of time, and we'll pop this on the bottom of the screen so you've still got the info there. So do stay there on the phones. Free phone number 0800 644 655. So please check out those baskets, because although it's new, we could always do with more, if that makes sense. So do check out, and don't forget, if you want to have a little nosy schnosy, you've just got this one. But later on in the show, I've got the Diddy version.
No.
Isn't that funny? That little things make people go, oh. You've literally just gone, oh.
It's the little baby version.
Oh.
It would look lovely together. If you've got
Wouldn't
both of those strands, it opens your design possibilities up then quite a lot, doesn't it?
Yeah, and I love it with that back in stock angelite. Oh, yeah. Stunning. And I'm a big fan of it with, unsurprisingly, my dendrite opal.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I'm on here. I am working this like a charm today. I've got the eye for it today. Okay, so this is at the bottom of your screen, the largest one. The smaller one's coming up, as is that angelite. We are moving on to our designer inspiration now. Now, there is friendly plastic in the kits, which is great because it means we're going to do a discount. If you've never tried friendly plastic before, we are going to be covering all the bases today, aren't we, Debbie K?
We are. I thought what I'd do is if I show you some techniques that I've put together to make the jewellery, and then you can make your version of that kind of jewellery using the techniques that I show you. So I'll do that with both kits because they cross over, you know, to the jewellery that I've made.
Love it. Can I ask you something?
Yes.
I hope I know the answer to this. Do you know all of the proper specific names for these?
No.
Oh, thank you.
Of course not.
Liz Walsh does.
I know she
knows
does.
instantly.
She does.
She doesn't even have to see a whole one, just a wink of one, and she knows instantly.
She is the expert.
Good. So I can just make up my own names
Yeah,
with these,
absolutely.
then, can't I? Fantastic. I've got in here some really beautiful colours. Take a little look for yourselves. Ooh. Oh, let's play the alliteration game.
Oh no. What do I have to do?
Right, don't interact like that. Don't go, no, and then go.
When someone says you have to play a game, I always think I'm going to be rubbish.
No, you're not.
Okay.
I know you're not, because you've got a creative mind. So, alliteration game, you just need to say the colour, a nice word next to it. They have to begin with the same letter.
Oh, okay.
That's it. Okay, so for example, peony pink. I don't know if peonies are pink, but they are today, pal. This one?
This one's hard.
I know, that's why I picked it for you, sweet.
Thanks very much. That reminds me of a Leeds lilac. I told you I was rubbish.
I'll be honest, I've never heard that one before, but all right.
We like lilac in
lilac. Okay. I've got
Me.
Oh no, it's too late. It's my go now.
Oh.
Don't worry, yours is next.
Oh.
I've got for you. Oh, this is really nice. Regal Rose. This one is. This is yours. Oh, that's easy, that, isn't it? That one's easy peasy.
The crazy collage of colours.
Oh. Golly, you're good. I'm going to go for perfect purple. There's you.
Great gold.
Great gold. Oh no, I've accidentally left myself with one of the hardest ones. This one that's like purple there, look, but then green there. Crazy chameleon. Scream if you want to go faster. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of those in total for you. Just to let you know, the strip size is approximately 18 centimetres by 3.5 centimetres. So loads of lovely ones there. I've also got for you here lots of wire as well. Let's take a nosy. Copper colour majority, but I have got a chartreuse as well. 0.8 in the copper, that is a 10mm. I've also got a 0.6 in the copper, 10 metres worth there, and I've got 15 metres of the 0.25. We've started adding an extra 5 metres onto this one at no extra cost to you. And I've also got the chartreuse wire as well. It's a 0.6 in 10 metres worth, as I said before. I've also got for you some astonishing strands. I mean, sensational. Pearls, one of the most unique and beautiful pop of colour pearl strands I've seen in a really long time. We've seen a lot of the more usual, let's say, pearls, haven't we, of late? We've seen lots of creams, lots of champagnes, we've seen a few peacocks, but to have this gorgeous blush of pink in is so attractive and a bit alternative for you to have in your stash. It goes beautifully with my next strand as well, which I'll show you. It is the ever so popular rose quartz lifted flowers. I think they're really beautiful. I adore these ones because if you wanted to do just a stretchy ring with these, it's going to look absolutely beautiful. I love the way that they're not just carved flat, they have got that beautiful lift to them, but also, so they sit kind of proud, but also the way that even the petals of these are carved inwardly to give you a really nice effect on the surface. You are getting an entire strand worth of these, which is just fantastic. I absolutely adore them. I think they're so nice and workable, 100 carats worth approximately on there. And last but by no means least, it is sensational. Double strand malachite. Naturally occurring with its colour malachite. It is absolutely sensational. Malachite is one of the most loved gemstones in the world. In fact, there was a Russian Tsar who loved malachite so much that what he did was he essentially sent out all of the miners in local areas who worked in different mines for different gemstones and different precious metals, for example. And he was so fascinated that actually what he did was he went and essentially got all of the miners in the local area to just go and source this gemstone because he was so fascinated by that gem that actually he wanted to make his own columns in the cathedral that he used to be very spiritually attached to and that he used to go to on a regular basis. And they still stand to this day. It is a cathedral in Russia. It's called St. Isaac's. I've got a picture of it here for you. Can you see those huge columns? Those are made completely from this gemstone, encrusted in gold and gold leaf around it, as you can see. They are just sensational. I just completely adore it. I really do. They've been standing for many years. The construction of those took place in around 1818, so they've been stood there for many years. But it is such a high grade and beautiful gemstone, and that Russian Tsar wasn't the only person who has been completely and absolutely blown away and in awe with this gemstone. So it's great that you can get a double strand worth 230 carats worth here in total. So let's reiterate, double strand of the stunning malachite, a beautiful pop of pink, not only with those stunning cultured pearls, but also with those proud standing rose quartz. I've got 45 metres worth in total of wire with a 0.8, a 0.6 and 0.25 in the copper and a 0.8 and sorry, 0.6 in the chartreuse. I've then got 7 of your friendly plastics. It's going to be great to get you started. It's going to be great to carry you on. Your price point today, we're not staying there. Why? Well, it's designer inspiration. We want to get new people involved with friendly plastic. It's a medium we don't see that often. We see wire work quite a bit. We see polymer quite a bit, don't we? We see general beading quite a bit. Friendly plastic, not so much. And we want other people to fall in love with it, so we're dropping it low. £27.95 is your price point on this for you today, which is saving £16.85 in total. Get it whilst you can at that price point, because anyone can try this, can't they, Debbie Kay?
Oh, it's such fun. And when you think that as you look at the friendly plastic there, they're just flat strips.
Yeah.
It's so satisfying when you make jewellery,
Yeah.
and you'll see mine in a minute, and like the jewellery round your neck. And it started out as a strip. You almost want to go to people, this started as this, and I find that really satisfying.
You're so right.
Because you can do, and also depending on your taste, on your design style, you can really put some of your artistry into what you're making. So even if what I've made today isn't, you know, your taste, you can put your take on it.
Yeah.
You know, just with the techniques. So really, you just need some basic techniques. You don't need a lot of intricate tools, because friendly plastic can be heated with water.
Fab.
I'm going to use the heat gun today, just because we're in the studio setting. It's quite hard for me to get water to keep at the same temperature.
Yeah, of course.
So I'm going to use the heat gun, and I
have got the heat gun for you today.
And if you've got the heat gun at home, either of our heat guns are absolutely fine for this.
Fab.
So yeah.
It's just fantastic, it really is. We have got so much for you to have a nosy at, because you've made loads.
I got a bit excited.
You got a bit carried away, didn't you, Debbie?
I did a bit, yeah.
Do you want to have a nosy? Because honestly, they're so unique and individual, and so wearable as well. Take a look. Isn't that just fantastic? Look, as I move it as well, how that iridescence, it moves with you. It's like those beautiful artworks, and you go into high-end museums and you feel like the eyes are watching you. It's that kind of look, isn't it, where it kind of follows you around. It's beautiful.
Anyone who knows me knows I've got a really, really massive fetish with hummingbirds. I just love them.
Yes.
And I thought, oh, these colours, and because of some of the strips of friendly plastic have like 2 colours. You know, when we were playing the game, it's hard to say the word, because you have this, and as you heat it as well, sometimes the colours change. And when I heated that, it just reminded me of all the natural colours of a hummingbird. So it had to be a hummingbird. So what I've done with that is I've actually moulded the friendly plastic in a mould that I made with the 2-part compound. Yeah, we do that on our website when we have that in stock. So you can use moulds that you already have. Please don't ever use a plastic mould, because the friendly plastic will stick to plastic.
Yes.
So any of our rubber or
silicone ones, I have got some coming up for you later.
Are absolutely fine.
Fab.
So yeah, and also I like quite statement chunky jewellery. That's the kind of jewellery is my style, and I like to wear. And the really great thing about friendly plastic is you can make these big statement pieces and you're not weighed down, because it's so light.
Yeah, completely agree with that, because obviously I'm wearing this one. I've almost forgotten that I am wearing it, but it doesn't feel OTT, it's just lovely. And the earrings we were talking about before, you, if you're like me, like wearing the look of big chunky earrings, but after wearing them for an hour, you have to take them out, because they're pulling on your ears, and you get those, my mum calls them ear bat wings.
You do.
They're like bat
and it goes
wings.
red as well, and it's really sore.
It's horrible, it's really painful. Those big bold statement, but so light.
Yeah, they're really light. And the one thing when I was making these, and my husband kept popping his head in and out, and he'd go, let me feel that, because I think he thought, oh, that's going to be heavy. And he said, it's not heavy at all, is it? And I said, no, it really isn't, because it's plastic. It all starts off as flat strips of plastic.
Yes, flat strips of plastic in total. It is just fantastic. I love all of the different looks we've got. These earrings are just fab, aren't they?
So that's actually
the fusible film.
The fusible film.
I have got some of that coming up for you. A clearance price offer later in a moment or two.
And that fusible film is great because you can use it with your polymer, you can use it across. If you're a crafter that works across mediums, that's pretty good for, you know, for working with lots of different mediums. And it's also, it's like playing.
Yeah.
And I think if you make jewellery for a living, or you make jewellery and you know, you sell or you make a lot of it, sometimes it's nice to have a break and do something new.
Yeah, you're right. It really is, because sometimes you can start to lacklustre and lose your mojo if you keep doing the same over and over, can't you?
And it can just, you know, maybe you won't use it every week or every day in your designs, but you've got another string to your bow.
Yeah.
And, you know, and if someone comes to you and says, oh, I want a commission piece of jewellery and my daughter loves foxes, or my daughter loves this, you can actually give them something totally bespoke, because you can make animals, you can make, you know, anything from nature, you can make shapes and forms.
Yeah.
It's really exciting, Friendly Plastic.
It is. I adore watching it being worked with, and I do adore that none of it is wasted.
No.
Ever.
No.
I've even got the pellets coming up for you. I think that's with this designer inspiration, isn't it? I've got the pellets coming up for you as well, which are just great to use. I love them, I'm in awe of them, and for people who are at home, I just want to say to you, if you've never worked with this before, feel free to text in any questions. No big, none too big, none too small, just text in 60777. Sorry, text with the word JM Studio, and Debbie K or myself will try and help you out. Also, if you've been playing with Friendly Plastic for a long time and you want to tell us, you know, maybe your favourite thing you've made, or the thing that maybe shocked you about it the most the first time you worked with it, do let us know. And that price point, just to let you know, is very popular, and I'll be completely honest. How many have we got left about, Helena? Helena is petrified. She's in this. She hates being seen on camera. I literally said her name and she went, didn't she?
She ran.
She went, I'll just check, and then ran. Got about only about 42 left, she's saying. So do check out those baskets as quickly as you possibly can. $27.95 for you today. Let's get started.
Right, what you need to start with, which is really important, is a heat-proof surface to work on. So I've got one of our large heat-proof mats here, and I've also got, we have these little, I don't know if we still do them, little packets of squares. And again, compared to everywhere else that I've looked for these, including that famous auction site, ours would just mind-blowingly the best value. And the good thing about using the smaller squares is because if you want to cool your Friendly Plastic down in a water bath, you're not going to be able to fit your great big mat into your tub or whatever you're using for your water. So I like to sort of work it as much as I can on these smaller squares. I mean, you could always cut your big mat up as well. I've done that before. And then you can just drop it into your water bath to cool
Have
down.
a little look on our website if we've got these at the moment, but if we haven't got the Teflon sheets, just any heat-proof surface is fine.
You can use foil.
Foil.
You can use foil.
Okay.
Use the thinner, the thicker foil, because sometimes
Time for your turkey.
that's the one. Or else it can be too flimsy, and then you're not going to be able to hold on to it, and it's going to break, and you don't want that happening.
Good tip.
Also, anything that comes into contact with your Friendly Plastic, so any of your tools or anything, you want to coat in either, I'm using Badger Balm here, but petroleum jelly or some olive oil, otherwise it will stick, because it likes to stick.
Of course.
And also, if it sticks to your tools, don't worry, just put it into the cold water bath, and that will unstick it.
Okay, good tip.
Or just wait for your Friendly Plastic to cool down. So I was going to show you how to do, which is what I just started off with playing, and it's how all of the jewellery grew out of it, is how to join your strips of Friendly Plastic together. And I believe, I learnt this from Liz Welsh, and I believe she calls it swirling and twirling. So I'd highly recommend her DVD. If you haven't got Liz Welsh's DVD, I learnt to use this from her DVD.
Okay,
and it's a great technique, it's great fun, and it's not difficult.
Brilliant, great. Have a little look for that on the website, or to the call centre if we've got any in at the moment.
Right, so the good thing about this as well is you don't need your full strips. The glasses are on, I mean business.
Intelligence is here.
Do I look like Money Penny? No. Say yes.
Yes.
She's fibbing.
Oh, you're gonna hate this. My producer just went, I don't even know who Moneypenny is. I know.
Yeah, well, she will when the next Bond film comes out, won't she?
Yes, she will. She will.
All the people, all the youngsters.
Yeah.
Well, you're young. Don't stand close to me because you're young.
That's so nice of you. Thank you.
So what I've done
you do
here...
look just like Moneypenny.
Do I? Oh, thanks.
Yeah, you do.
A compliment You can use all of your bits, and also you don't have to use your whole strips of friendly plastic for this, because you just can use sort of any random shapes and any random colours together that you want. So what I've got here is actually our, I think they're supposed to be used with leather, our leather scissors. You need some quite sturdy scissors because it's, you know, to be able to get through your friendly plastic. And I'm just going to cut out just some random shapes in different colours. Now you don't want the shapes to be the same, and they don't have to be really big. Maybe have an idea of roughly the shape you want to end up with. In other words, if you want something to be long, or whether you want it to be long that way, you might want to layer it in a different way. That's why you never want to throw away any of your bits that you've got left from other projects, because you can always, you know, use things with them. So I've got, let's just add some more colours because we can. So this is all pieces that I've got left over from the projects that I did.
Okay.
So I'm just going to pop those all together. You can have them touching or slightly apart, it doesn't really matter. I don't like to have them too far apart, because then you'll see that when I start to swirl around with my needle tool, sometimes it's a bit difficult to get them to touch.
Okay. So
I'm going to take my heat gun. I've actually got the newest heat gun that we do, and the difference that I'd say with this to the purple one that we do, which I've also got, is that there's not as much draft or air that comes out of this one. So if you're going to be adding your fusible film or your mica powders or anything that could blow away, if you work with enamels, this is perfect because it's quite really hot, but you've got sort of less air power, so that your material doesn't blow away.
And on little pieces like this, that can happen.
It can
know that
happen.
Liz always says, you know, with the purple one, you need a pokey tool to hold the bits down, don't you?
Yeah, you really
Whereas
do.
with this one, not as much. You know, if you are a paper crafter like myself, you'll know with things like your embossing powders, if you use the wrong type of heat gun, they will just literally blow away.
I've tried that before. Oh, I've seen this on the DVD. Oh, I didn't see that on the DVD.
Yeah, they edited that bit out.
Yeah.
This though doesn't do that. It's got the heat, but it's not got the force, which is exactly what we want for this type of design. This is your heated craft tool. Your price point today is just £17.95 for you. It comes with a nice super long cord, so you can use it with your extension cable if you want to. It will help you speed up your work with certain things, such as, you know, if you're working with inks, if you're working with glues or paints, it will help heat and speed those processes up. But you also need it for things like the current medium we're talking about here. Great for your embossing powders, as well as many more, so do treat yourself. Nice and lightweight, and it comes with a 6-month warranty as well. So get it as you can. £17.95 for you today.
And I did see a difference because I've got the purple one, but I still use both of them.
Yes.
I still think there's a place for both.
Oh, definitely.
If you do have the purple one, just hold it a bit further away. And as Becky said, just hold on with your pokey tool or your awl onto your piece so that it doesn't blow away. So let's get melting, shall we? So I'm just going to, you've just got one heat setting on this heat gun.
Yeah.
As the other one's got a couple. So you just put it straight on.
It's nice and quiet, this one too.
This one's really quiet compared to the other one. So, I mean, depending on the situation, I'm used to working in my workshop, so I kind of know how long it's going to take. It's usually sort of 30 seconds plus to get my friendly plastic melted enough for me to work with. It might be quicker in the studio environment because we've obviously got all the lights on. Now, you tend to find if you heat your friendly plastic too much, it almost becomes too sticky to work with.
Okay.
If you do that, don't worry, just wait for it to cool down and it will become more manageable.
Great.
Now, a great way to test it, don't keep your heat in one place because you can get heat bubbles and you can heat one area more than others. So keep your heat gun moving around. Now, I can see that that's starting to heat up because I can see it start to get shiny. If I move my gun out of the way, can you see that?
Yeah, super shiny.
Also, this heat travels for quite a long distance, so don't have any of your friendly plastic that you're going to use a bit later anywhere nearby because the chances are you're going to melt it before you want it to. Not that I've done that.
No, of course not.
No,
You're a
of course.
constant professional.
Complete professional.
Absolutely.
Wouldn't ever do anything like that. So when you feel that that might be ready, the best way to test is to move your Teflon mat. And if your pieces bend,
like it is
but also this bit here is not bending and I'm going to need that to be soft, so I'm still going to go in with my heat gun. You might find maybe some of it bends and some of it doesn't, and I actually, because of the technique that I'm going to do here, I want all of it to be soft right through the edges as well.
And that's going to help meld them together, isn't it?
Yeah, because I'm actually going to try and swirl them together, so I need them to be really quite molten when I do that. And this is such great fun when you see sort of what you end up with, and it's different every single time as well.
Yes.
So that should be enough. Let's put that
Fantastic.
down there. So you can either, some people press their fingers into it to see if it's ready, but you're obviously going to get a fingerprint then, which I don't really want. Now I'm going to use an awl. We also have had these on our website, so you can use a pokey tool, a needle tool, you could use a cocktail stick. I'm putting a bit of the badger balm on there so that it doesn't stick. And then all you do is start to form a pattern. So I'm just completely random, and I'm quite an organic jewellery maker anyway. I'm not very precise, and this really appealed to me. One thing that I knew is I didn't really want any hard lines. So you can go around the outside and start to join.
Is it just me, or does this look a bit delicious?
And the effects, I was actually blown away with, because at first I thought, how am I going to create, you know, flowers and a dolphin and the sea? And actually this created a much better sea than I ever could have done by piercing out shapes.
Yeah.
So simply do that until you end up with something that you think you can work with. Bearing in mind, you can always cut that down, you can always reheat that and melt it again.
Melt it more,
if you don't like it. So you could wait for that to dry naturally, but I always put it into a cold water.
And it is cold.
That's not as cold as I'd like it because I'm in the studio, and that's been in the studio for about an hour now.
Right.
If you want to, you can put some ice cubes in there, and that will make the process a lot quicker.
Or just water you've had in the fridge.
But that is now, that's set, because if you look at this, it's quite thin.
Yeah.
If I was doing a thick moulded piece, which I'll show you after, it would take a little bit longer. So let me move that out of your way.
Okay, folks.
So that you've ended up with that sort of
fun is that? It looks like an abstract version of a stained glass window or something, and in fact with polymer behind it or something like that.
Or even our wire mesh.
Yeah.
And I then wire wrapped this for two reasons. One, because I wanted it to look like, and we've got that gorgeous chartreuse wire, and I wanted it to look like there was a vine growing through the undergrowth. So if you look on my hummingbird piece, I'm going to show you how to join two pieces of friendly plastic together. So in other words, how to put the flower on the top. But as you can see there, I've actually wound round the chartreuse wire. It's added structure because it is thin, this friendly plastic, because I cut some quite thin pieces, and it also enabled me to wire on some of these beautiful flowers.
Oh, I just think it's beautiful.
Also, when your friendly plastic is wet as it was or melted, you can use your pointy tool to make the hole. That's absolutely fine, you can do it then, but it is really simple to do it afterwards.
Okay, good.
You know, so it's not like enamel where there's a bit of a time limit on when you can make a hole afterwards and you'll crack it.
There's not with this.
There's not with this. You can make the hole. So if you had a design in mind to start off with, so I knew that I wanted it to be sort of like undergrowth that I was going to put a flower on. I might want to trim this down, but I'm just going to use it as it is to see what we end up with. Now, there's a couple of ways of doing flowers, and I think Liz and I before have both shown you different ways of doing it by using our cutters. Heart cutters are great for flowers. If you do 4 or 5 cut out heart shapes, put them together, they're great flowers. And also petal shapes. So all of your polymer clay cutters and everything for your mixed media you can use for this. This is a slightly different way of doing it. So what I've done is I've taken some of that lovely, what did you call it? Something perfect pink? Something pink.
Primrose pink, was it?
Oh,
or something
primrose,
like
yes,
that?
it was something.
I didn't know if primroses were pink. Yeah. Peony, I said.
Peony pink. So I've taken a square and I've just cut it into 4 little squares, smaller squares. Now they don't have to be really even because I'm going to do a similar technique with my tool in a minute of actually moulding them, so it doesn't have to be exact. I'm going to move this piece out of the way, even though I am going to heat that again. Now I've learned that if you heated this up and then tried to put it onto another piece of cold friendly plastic, it sometimes feels like it's joined, but later on it will come apart. So really hot friendly plastic to hot friendly plastic or warm to warm is more of a permanent bond.
Brilliant, okay, good tip.
So I'm going to, if I was at home, I'd probably heat this with hot water rather than my heat tool, simply because it heats quicker all the way through.
Okay, got you.
So this will heat upwards going down, but my hot water will heat all the way through and it's quite quicker. But I'm still going to use this technique because it can be done either way.
And if you were to use your hot water, obviously be very, very careful with it.
Yeah.
But what type of hot are we talking about? 60
to 70 degrees centigrade. Liz always says, and I found that I followed her advice from her DVD, that if she's using, say, the melting pot, if you've got the enamel melting pot, you can use that to heat your water. If you can put your finger in it for about a second, that's about right. If it's too hot for you to put your finger in at all, that will be too hot. And if you could keep your hand in there for ages, that's too cold.
Got you. Okay. And whilst you're warming that really quickly, I'm going to bring you the balls. Now, have you worked with these before?
No, I've seen them. They're apparently very, very good for moulding.
Yes, they are perfect for moulding, apparently. This, just because we're talking about the plate a second ago, these are perfect for heating in that stove. What's it called again? You've just named
the melting pot.
Melting
the Ranger
pot.
melting. It's on our website.
It is, yeah. So if you want to use this as the melting pot, you can. Essentially, these are balls of the friendly plastic, essentially. But the great thing with these is you can add your own colours to them using things like your films, which I'm going to bring to you later, and to change the colour of these. But also the great thing with these is they are totally one tone. Yeah. Unlike the sheets where obviously there's black on the back, which sometimes we have to cover. With these, you don't. They're super duper easy to use. They're going to last and last and last. Your price point today, just £14.95 for you today. They're really easy to use. We have seen Liz work with them in the past, so do take a look back on YouTube if you wish. But it's just nice because there's a blank palette there, isn't there?
There is, and also the colouring aspect's really good. So it can be a bit fiddly. I'll show you how to mould with strips. It can be done. I've done it with all this jewellery. But when I sort of saw these, I thought, oh, what do they do? So I had a look online, and it's a lot easier because you can pour them in. You can also colour them with your alcohol ink.
You can indeed.
So that you can get more of a uniform colour, as you say. I quite like when these crack and the black comes through. I really like that. But if you were really looking for a uniform colour, you can get it by using these.
Get it. And I have got alcohol inks coming up for you later. £14.95. Okie dokie. So those pieces are nicely warmed.
They're warmed. I've had to just take the heat off a minute because, as I said, if you overwarm them, sometimes they'll just be too sticky and you can't do anything. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to place them onto the piece that I've already done. So I need to start to heat up the surface of my existing piece, just so that I get a permanent bond when I put these down. It doesn't have to be molten, you don't have to be able to bend it necessarily, as long as you heat the top layer. Right, let's try this. So I'm just going to take it off. You can do it with your nails or with your pokey tool, it's up to you, that one's okay. Now, as you can see, it's sticking to the max. I'm in the studio here, and obviously I've heated it and stopped heating it. So if you feel that that's sticking, you can just leave it a moment and it will cool down and you'll be able to get it off.
You'll be able to do it again.
Yeah. So that one's better. So what you do is you just place down 4 of these next to each other. So I'm trying to work quite quickly here.
Yeah, don't worry. Just moving that really sharp.
Because at home, you know, you'll just get straight on with it. So that's there, 3. And don't worry if it's messy because we're going to change the shape of it anyway.
Fab.
4. So what I've done, in essence, is I've put warm friendly plastic on top of warm friendly plastic.
Yeah.
So that now I've got a permanent bond on here, so that later on when it's hanging around my neck or whatever it is, it's not going to fall apart. Equally, if that does happen, you can always make it separately, and if you feel, oh, that's just because you do have to do it quite quickly. So like when Becky was talking there, I was trying to heat it and stop heating it and heat it. If you do find that, you know, it's kind of a little bit intimidating to start off with, just make it separately and then stick it on with glue.
Okay.
That can be done.
That's
so
easy.
now I'm going to heat the whole thing again. Usually after I'd put this on, I would do it straight away. So let's see what happens here, because it would still be quite hot. Because I'm basically going to do the same technique as I did before, but I'm going to make these little squares into flower shapes. So I'm getting that sort of sheen on the top, so I know it's starting to soften. There we go. And now I can literally just mould it. Now you see the black is coming through. I really like that because I think you can add some detail. You can soften your edges.
Gives it a nice depth, doesn't it?
Give it a nice depth. So obviously I'm being very, very quick here, and you'll have all the time. And if you think, well, I don't want that bit there, you can cut that off when it dries.
Oh, fab.
And just sort of make it into whatever shape. And here, if you wanted to add detail, I didn't on my pieces, but if you wanted to make that into sort of a little leaf or something, you can. If your tool starts to stick, then just pop your releasing agent, whether that's your petroleum jelly or your olive oil or whatever it is you're using. It will just stop that tool from sticking. So I'm going to put that back into my water bath. Just pop it in there. So it's always handy to have like kitchen roll or a towel or something nearby, because you do tend to work in and out of the water all the time, so you end up with a lovely mess. I do love my desk being all
perfect.
Proper creative mess, I call it.
I love that. The type of mess that only a creative could understand.
And as a creative, you still know exactly where everything is.
Yeah, easily.
And then I always sort of tied up in between, because I feel like I need, obviously when we're going on to the next project or the next kit, but while you're working, I don't know, it kind of feels creative to have everything that you need.
It really does. It really does. It helps the creative process.
I think it does, and then you might see something and go, oh, I'm going to use that.
Yes.
So let's move that out of the way, and you can see here that it's ended up, if I hold it up.
Yeah, hold it to Ben, he'll be able to nosy at it. Isn't that gorgeous?
Ben, who's got a new hairstyle.
I know, what do you think of it?
I like it.
Yeah, me too.
I think he looks a bit like a rock star.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
He is one, really, isn't he?
Oh, he massively is.
We'll get his autograph later.
He's eating a sandwich, by the way, which is why he's chewing whilst...
A sandwich.
Oh, you've just eaten. That's
Even
why
rock
he was
stars
chewing.
have to eat sandwiches.
Well, yeah, of course. Yeah.
So what I did after this was make a hole into the centre of my flower.
Okay.
So you have actually got holes all within this. It's the nature of how you do it, so that you can wire wrap. So in this particular one, I wouldn't need to make a hole because there's already sort of a hole in there.
Perfect.
And then I just took my wire, and again, this is a really, really organic way of doing it, and started to thread it through. Now, before I thread my wire through, I actually moulded my hummingbird and I added him on.
Okay.
But I'm going to show you how to mould in the next demo.
Yes.
So I won't do that now. But
So next demo's different techniques.
I've already done a hummingbird here.
Lovely.
And what I would do to actually stick the two together, let's show you that.
Yeah, okay, fab.
Because again, if you've got hot water, what you can do is dip that into the hot water so just the edge is soft, and dip my hummingbird into the hot water and actually put them together. That would be the easiest way to do it. But you can do it with your heat tool if you're careful. So first of all, I've got to work out kind of where I want my bird or whatever it is to go, and then just heat the edges there. And you don't want to totally melt it, and bearing in mind the thickness, if you're dealing with a whole big long strip of friendly plastic, it takes longer. If you just want the edge to be soft, then you don't need to put as much heat. So I'm just gonna, I sort of want to tuck him in, so I'm just gonna pop that on the outside. You can hold these with your helping hands if you don't want to use your fingers or some tweezers. Let's see, his tail's starting to bend, so I know that he's gone soft. And then let's just place him where we want him to go. Now be careful when placing on, because if you press too hard, he'll just kind of squish in and you'll lose the detail, the lovely detail that you've got when you've moulded.
Okay.
So that now that would be a permanent bond, but you've got to bear in mind that everything here is still soft, so you have to wait until that dries. So obviously I've done this on the big bit, which I can't put into my water, so I'm just going to leave that aside. I'm just going to leave that to cool down.
Okay, fab.
And I've got another one here. Did you want to say something?
Gosh, you're good, aren't you? Whilst we're letting that cool then, or looking at the next one, I'm going to bring you another little bit of a treat. We are going to be talking about the moulds later on, so I'll do the moulds later, but inks, is that on this one or the next one?
Alcohol inks on either. I can tell you how to use it, yeah.
Fantastic. So we've already brought you the pellets, which you can use the alcohol inks on, but we'll bring you the alcohol inks now. How can we use these?
If you get a strip of friendly plastic and you want to change the colour, I did a project for a magazine, a JewelleryMaker magazine, and it was on the cover and it was friendly plastic. And if any of you remember that, I had some very detailed flowers that had kind of blocks of colour on. Yeah. And all you do is take a strip of friendly plastic and actually drop droplets of colour onto the plastic. And then take another colour and drop in between, so you get this gorgeous mottled effect. You can let the two colours go in together to make a third colour, completely up to you. But what you end up with is some really quite vibrant colours. So obviously the friendly plastic comes in, like you said, if it's not the pellets, it comes in certain colours. And if you maybe don't have the colour that you want, that you can change it with these.
That's perfect.
They're perfect, they're really good.
Perfect for that. You have got your alcohol inks here. They're great for so many different mediums. We can use them with metal, we can use them with shrink plastic, we can use them with things like our wire as well, actually, can't we? Yeah. We can use them with so many different pieces, we really can, even your glass art. But there's loads for you to use here. Your price point today for 5mm, 3 of them, £7.95. Really and good. Whilst I'm here and whilst you're talking about this, I'm going to give people the opportunity to own the pen that we actually fill up with the alcohol inks. We'll give you the chance to own this as well. What is so great about this? Let me show you it, and whilst Debbie Kershaw tells us about it.
The wonderful thing about this is it's a bit like a permanent marker, but you have got all of the versatility of putting whatever colour you want in there or mixing your colours. So you can put your alcohol inks there. I've used this pen to bring out my letters in stamping.
Ah, good tip.
So the good thing to use with friendly plastic is with my I've got a seahorse on the next designer inspiration, you'll see that. And I used the pen to bring out his eye and to bring out some of his scales, so that it basically coloured him in a little bit. Wow. So you're still colouring in your friendly plastic with alcohol inks, but it's much finer. You can do more detailed work by using the pen.
Perfect, I love that. And you can fill it with any colours you want, and you can use it for lots of different things. Filling up big spaces, if you're great at drawing, the fact you can draw with alcohol inks.
Because you've got a nib, it makes your alcohol ink. I mean, you do have a really nice little thin top on your bottles, but it's not the same as having a pen.
No, it's not.
A pen gives you much more versatility. So the great thing about this, I think Jenny, I was doing stamping one day and Jenny said, try this, and she gave me one, and I was like, oh wow, isn't this good? Because it turns your alcohol inks into a pen.
Yes.
You know, so you don't have to go and buy lots of different colours. You can use what you've already got.
Use what you've already got. The fact it is a nice, big, chunky, sturdy pen, you will be able to draw beautiful pieces onto things like your metal work, etc.
You can. You can fill out your letters. You know, when you stamp your letters into blanks, you might want the letters to be pink. You might write love, or you know, whatever you're doing, and you can use this. And then obviously you take the excess off the top, and your letters stay bold.
Yeah. It's really easy to use. You just take your alcohol inks, which are at the bottom of your screen now. You fill up the colour that you want, and it's as simple as that, realistically. If you think you're going to be using with lots of different colours, if you've got lots of alcohol inks at home, for example, maybe get yourself a couple of the pens for different colours for your bolder ones, etc. Otherwise, you know, if you're just buying this pack today, just treat yourself to this one. It's a great price, 2 sides, £6.95 for you today, and it is going to last and last and last. Can I ask why your face went like that?
Because I thought it was more expensive. I thought it was £12.95. I'm obviously dreaming, maybe it was.
That's a great
price. I haven't
price.
got a good head for prices often, because it depends where you look, and our prices are always, we get so used to them, but even used to them, I think sometimes, oh, is that right?
You are absolutely right. £6.95 is a great price point for this. And at that price, even if you've never tried it before, because it crosses over so many mediums, just give it a go.
Give it a go. And also a lot of these kind of what I would call niche craft items that we used to have to look everywhere to get, and then they cost like 20 quid, and then you have to pay for postage on top. It's nice to be able to get all of these, because really it's about the tools, it's about the accessories. That's what makes a flat strip of friendly plastic into a work of art. It's all of the little touches, the eye that you draw on the seahorse, the scales that you draw on the dolphin. It just, maybe you just want to highlight, you want to put some highlights in as if you were drawing a picture. So you are actually drawing the picture from your mind onto your work, and that's what I like about these accessories.
Yeah, I think it's great, because some people, when we work with alcohol inks, because quite a lot of it is blobbing it on, it creates a lovely organic look, but not everyone's into the organic, are they? Some people are quite organised,
very
and
precise.
Precise. You can be precise with this. 2 types of nib, £6.95, bargain. Get them whilst you can. Okay, I'm back with you, lovely.
Right, so as you can see now, what I actually did was I splashed some water on the mat to get him to stick. But he is totally stuck on now.
Fab.
Now, if I turn over, you can see that this white is actually the sticker, the code.
Yes.
Now I've left it on there just because I'm demoing and I haven't got time. But when you make your pieces, try and get that off before you start.
Okay.
An easy way to get it off, if you just submerge it in water and then it just comes off. Now, if you don't like the back of your pieces to sort of look like this, you can again use alcohol inks. You can use nail varnish is good. Nail varnish works on friendly plastic. But you can also use your fusible film.
Which is what you've used with the earrings,
That's what I've used with the earrings.
Okay.
So by heating the fusible film, you really don't know, depending how much you heat it, what colours you're going to end up with.
Love that about it.
So are we going to bring it in this one? Shall I show you it now, or do you want me to show you it later?
You either or, whatever's easiest for you.
Shall I show it now? Have we got time or not?
You've got about 10 minutes now.
Yeah, okay.
Is
Let's
that
do
enough
it.
now?
Yeah.
Fantastic. Great. Well, I'll bring you to them now. I'll bring them to you now. Is there a few packs?
Yeah. Different colours there should be.
Is it just in one pack though, sweetie? Really? This is just one pack that we're bringing today. Really, really?
You get lots, and they're like iridescents. You never know what you're going to end up with. You get absolutely loads.
So that's not the pack. That's just one strip. I quite like doing that. Do you want to do it?
Yeah,
It
go
feels
on.
really nice. How good is that?
Party!
Pete! What's wrong with you?
Look at the colours though. They're
Look
so
at them.
gorgeous.
Aren't they?
And as you can see, you know, you buy it and it'll last you for absolutely yonks.
There's loads of it. So there's two big long strips. There's two long strips. Brother Pete. When Brother Pete's judging, you know you're doing something wrong.
He's shaking his head. He's going, oh.
So you get two of these long ones here. Those are super duper long.
Yeah.
You're looking at, listen, 10 centimetres by 2 metres on each. So there's 2 metres on each of these, 4 metres in total. You've got forest bronze and you've got passionate pink. Oh, someone's been playing the alliteration game. So you've got these two different tones. This one is, you've got the bronze and you've got the passionate pink. So you can see that they change colour as you pick them up and as you move them. See that? Same with this one too. Beautiful. And then you're going to be getting these strips as well. These are 5 by 50 centimetres. So one, you've got loads of different colours in here. Calypso blue. Oh, you can't read. Can you read that from there? What's that second one? Citronelia. Citronelia.
Citronella.
Citronella, obviously.
She says squinting.
Cotton candy. You've got mystic crystal midnight. You've
Moonlight.
got moonlight. You've got crystal sun. Peacock. Purple flash. Raspberry sparkle. Sugar plum. And of course, watermelon.
I carried a watermelon.
What?
Oh, don't tell me you don't know that quote. I carried a watermelon.
No.
Oh, you must do.
No, I've never heard that.
Have you ever seen Dirty Dancing, the film?
No.
You've never seen Dirty Dancing, the film?
No. The film? No, never.
I feel really old now.
No, I don't think it's
She says there's a really hunky guy and he's dancing and the first thing she says, she's holding a watermelon, she goes, I carried a watermelon. You know, it's a stupid thing you'd say in front of your complete hunky man. And he just looks at her like, and it's just like a classic quote.
That's the total naff type of thing, I would say.
And me. But
Yeah,
so every time you say
totally naff.
watermelon, it makes me think of the silly thing that she said to a very, very gorgeous Patrick Swayze in the film.
I do need to watch that really, don't
You
I?
do really?
Everyone else in the world has. So take a little look. We've just decorated, really.
Yeah.
Your price point today for this massive amount should be... My hand's under here, by the way. Gemma Crow's having a futuristic fancy dress party, birthday party. I might just go
this
in
would be excellent.
I'm not wearing this. £7.95 for you today. That is fantastic. And we don't just use it for this, do we?
Oh no, I've used it with polymer. If you're into your paper crafts and your scrapbooking, anything like that, I know that they were, I think, probably using it before us jewellery makers. They knew what to do. So any embellishments, fabulous with your jewel enamels. You can get kind of glass effects if you use it with your dual enamels together with your friendly plastic. So it's something that really changes form when you heat it. And you know, I should be doing a hula dance. Makes me want to go on holiday when I look at all of these lovely colours. And the good thing is,
Makes me want to go to space.
Does
Yeah.
that the colours change as you heat it. So if you heat it a little bit, it will go, they go certain colour, and then if you heat it even more, then they change again. So you never really know what you're going to end up with, which is really quite good when you're being creative.
It's fantastic, isn't it? You're getting so much. Names are going off my screen. It's a clearance price point. We need the craft tool, the heat tool
Yes,
for this.
you do.
So we will bring the heat gun on for you on the bottom of the screen. Clearance price point. We're getting rid of it. We're clearing it out. That's why it's this price. Nowhere near what it should be. Get it whilst you can. We use it on multiple mediums, but we are trying to get rid of it all because we've got loads. So $7.95. It's a clear out product. Clearance. Get it whilst you can. Clearance prices do continue in today's show. We have got clearance for you today, so please stay exactly where you are because I just think this is fantastic.
It is really good, and
It is great.
the packs that I've got, they feel like endless.
Yeah.
You know, whenever I use them, you don't. Well, I'll show you, but you don't have to use much to get quite an amazing effect. You can just cut a little bit, and you get a really lovely effect. It just adds that sparkle. I used it to make the seahorse brooch, which I'll show you in the next designer inspiration, to make the sea come alive, because you get three-dimensional colours and flecks kind of popping out at you, a bit like you can get in gemstone, like in your labradorite or whatever.
Yeah.
You get that kind of colour come out with this when you add it, which is why I like it.
It's fab, isn't it? It's nowhere near as fun to tidy this up as it is to open it. $7.95, get it whilst you can. We'll see exactly how to use it right now. But it's lovely how the depth, just when it being folded, changes as well. It's fab. Hey, folks, I'm with you, Debbie Kershaw.
Right, I'm going to take some black, because then you'll be able to see the colours really nice.
Fab. So this is what we can use on the back of our pieces to make them look super pretty.
Yeah. So what I would usually do on the back of my hummingbird, for example, is I would take a large piece and cover and then just heat it.
Yeah.
And when it had moulded to my hummingbird, I would just cut around it, so that then I have a back that's iridescent and pretty rather than sort of a black back with stickers or whatever.
Right, yeah.
Whatever. So that's up to you. But I'm going to show you how I made the earrings. So I'm going to heat up the friendly plastic. I've just cut quite a random shape.
Yeah.
I've cut two shapes the same because obviously want the mass of the friendly plastic to be equal so that the earrings are somewhat equal. You're never going to get two earrings exactly the same with this because of the nature of the beast, is that it's quite organic. So what I'm heating this up for really is just so that my friendly plastic will stick to it initially. So that sort of would usually happen within about 30 seconds. I do find this heat gun sort of tends to be a bit quicker, a bit more powerful than the other one. But you can use the other one.
Okay.
If you're going to use the other one with your fusible film, just use your pokey tool to hold the film down or it will blow away.
Okay,
so I'm just going to test that to see if I can get it to bend, which I can, so I know that that's softened enough. And I've just basically cut out a piece that's similar, and I'm just going to press it down with my finger into the middle. And then I'm going to start to heat it. This is where the fun part happens. So first of all, it'll kind of start to crinkle up. And can you see the greens coming through? And then the sides will start to crinkle up. And I'm just going to push into the centre.
Yeah.
And the more you heat it, you can actually lift it up. You can move it around with your tool. Don't get your fingers under there because it really is quite hot. Now, if I wanted to, so if I stop now, if that was the back of my hummingbird, it's given a really lovely kind of sheen.
Perfect sheen, yeah.
So what I'd do is I'd cool that off, and then I'd cut all of the pieces that I didn't want off. And if I still had some pieces protruding, just heat them and they will kind of shrink in.
Got you.
Then I would cover it with some either clean elvish or glossy accent so that it's sealed. Now, if I want to make like the earrings that I've made, I actually want to shrink this even more. So you'll see that as I apply more heat, it starts to change colour even more. So I'm getting yellows and purples coming out now. And it just adheres to the plastic really, really beautifully. So then I might want to add some more. So let's cut some more.
Just to let you know, I know that Deb K has just mentioned the glossy accent. I've got some coming up today. Can you believe it? That's coming up for you in a little bit.
Glossy Accents is so versatile because it acts as a glue as well.
Fab. Whenever a guest designer uses it, we never have it on. That's the way of the world, but we've got it today.
Ooh. Ooh. It's alive.
Look how fab that looks.
So as it starts to sort of crinkle up, that can kind of be your design focus, is how the plastic sits. So it's actually made, that would be a really nice pendant. If I left it like that, it's hard to see on the camera. I'll hold it up.
Do you want me to pick it up? You sure? Look at that, please. It is sensational. How fantastic!
So can you see that is actually the same sheet?
Yeah, it's the same sheet.
But because I heated it the first time more, the greens and the purples have come through, and the second time I didn't heat it as much or for as long, so it still looks quite pink and gold.
Fantastic, isn't it?
And then what I would do is once put that into a water bath and cool it, or just wait for it to cool down, and then obviously you need to decide what you're going to do with it. But then I would cover it with my Glossy Accents,
which I have got coming up for you. Second designer inspiration, we'll do the Glossy Accent.
I'm going to use it in that one as well. Anyway, so again, if I wanted that to be an earring now, I would just quench that in my water, which I'm sure isn't very cold anymore.
Still doing the job though.
It does the job, which shows you just how. I think the thing is with this, you get instant results. So if you're quite impatient, I'm quite impatient. You might have started off with one idea in your mind, and it completely changes when you see what it does.
Yeah, of course. But that's what I like about this as well. It's just essentially strips of friendly plastic and something to apply heat. You get some other jazzy bits and bobs, but really, other than the friendly plastic in this, you don't need anything else, really.
You don't
it's
need.
It's just a great medium to get into.
If you are going to leave your fusible film, I mean, that is really nice and tough, but by applying a glossy accent or a nail varnish, you will just make it sort of waterproof, and you'll make it sealed, so that whatever you're using is more wearable. Obviously with friendly plastic and things like that, you've got to be careful of it, because it's mixed media jewellery. It's a way of doing art. So when I got my hummingbird, and I decided that maybe I didn't just want the back to be black, you could stick another layer of friendly plastic on the back, but it's more difficult when you've got a piece like this, because we've got holes and intricate design, so it's going to show through. And then all I did, which I said before, to actually, I'll show you how we accentuate and sort of make, when we've moulded something look really, really great in the next one.
Fab.
But with this, all I did with my wire was literally just sew it through anywhere that I could kind of get round.
That's easy.
And also it went with the design that I had in my head.
To give you that vine-like look, to add the gemstones on.
Yeah, exactly that. And that's all I did. And
it's so easy, isn't it? Whilst you're weaving that, do you mind if I ask you some questions?
No, go ahead.
Or people have messaged in. Do feel free to message in. We know it's not a medium that we get to play with that often, so do feel free to text in. No question too small. Hi, Becky and Debbie. This is from Anastasia.
Hello.
First off,
lovely name.
Gorgeous name.
I love that name.
Anastasia. Oh, it's so beautiful. Never seen this before. So excited to see how it goes.
Exciting.
Can I ask what the difference is between the heat gun and a hairdryer?
Yeah.
It's a good question.
You can't use a hairdryer because it's not hot enough.
No.
Equally, you can't use a heat gun on your hair because you'll burn yourself. I did think that at first. I thought, well, maybe I could use a hairdryer, but the heat isn't even and the heat isn't hot enough, and it would also blow your medium right off your table. So it's not an option, I'm afraid.
It even says on here, caution, hot. This is not a hairdryer. It even says it on the tool, so it's a really good question.
Well, it does look like one though, doesn't it?
This is not a hairdryer, intended for craft use only. It gets a lot hotter.
It does.
Essentially, if you think about it, you know, Debbie just was floating over this 30 seconds, and it was melted thick plastic. So good question there, Anastasia. So no, don't use your hairdryer, it just won't work. Thank you for that. Hi Sally. Hi lovely lady.
Hello.
I presume she's talking to us.
I hope so.
Awkward if not.
Yep.
I've never used friendly plastic before, but the hummingbird you've created has got me sold, Debbie.
Oh,
Just
thank
need
you.
talent now, says
No,
Sally.
you don't, honestly. If I can do it, you can do it. Please believe me.
Honestly. It is, you've seen how simple it is, and this isn't me, saying, you're
Actually,
rubbish.
a bit rubbish. Anyone could do that.
Honestly,
what are you doing here?
She can, no. But literally, that first piece you showed us was just cutting up bits, not even evenly, not even, perfectly, heating them for a bit and just swirling them together.
That's all it is, and that is a technique that I'd seen on one of Liz's DVDs, and I think I hadn't tried before because I've done different types of things with the friendly plastic. And my whole design I knew I wanted to do a hummingbird, and I knew I wanted to do kind of quite organic, natural things, but just by that one technique that I'd seen Liz do that I thought I would try, built this whole design, because I thought that made a better, the C that Becky's got around her neck, it made a better C than any sort of structured C that I could have made myself, because the C is organic, isn't it?
Of course.
And it also made a better sort of base for the hummingbird for the flower to go on. I mean, I've put shells on, moulded shells on there as well. But as you can see, you can even see the waves. How do you do that? How do you get a mould of a wave?
Exactly.
You don't.
And if you do, it's going to be the same every time.
But you could do that, and you'll see in my next one that I've just got a pendant that's just made of just one of these swirls.
It's beautiful, honestly. So thank you very much for that. We've had more messages in, but we do need to go to a break right now. The clearance films is finishing off. Not many of those left. Debbie Ketty, thank you.
You're welcome.
As always, for showing us those. We've got loads of people trying it out for the first time today.
Good.
So,
Oh, that's brilliant.
Well done. We're going to be back with Debbie Kay, and we're going to be looking at next steps to take this to another level.
We are. So how to add your texture, your gleams, how to use the alcohol pens if you've just got those, how to maybe layer your friendly plastic together in rings, or to make different textures, because then you can add your design style to your makes, and it's quick and it's easy, and you don't have to learn for 3 years before you can do it.
Perfect.
And get something that looks really lovely.
Thank you, Debbie Kay, for giving us so much inspiration. We will be back with this lovely lady very, very soon. After the break, I have got for you perfect pairings. Ooh. It means stunning gemstones with gorgeous findings that work very well together. And I'm gonna give you a little bit of an announcement. I'll see you after this break.
If you miss a Jewellery Maker show, then simply go to our YouTube page, where you'll be able to find hours of Jewellery Maker footage. Search by show, date or type. Alternatively, search by guest designer by using our playlist page. You can also find hours of tutorials with handy hints and tips to give you inspiration. Our YouTube page is updated on a daily basis, so you can access any show at any time. Stay in touch with Jewellery Maker.
Pearls are classic. I mean, who doesn't love pearls? You look at them, they look elegant, they look classy, and they make elegant, classy jewellery when you're creating with them. I think right from the whitest of white pearl to the peach pearl, they're always stunning, and anybody can wear them. They're one of my favourites. You see them, don't you, in expensive jewellers, covered in diamonds. Diamond and pearls are the classic duo, and that's why I love pearls.
Pearls are always a huge seller on Jewellery Maker, and I think it's because there's a huge amount of emotional attachment to them. I think whatever walk of life you come from, whatever your age, you always associate pearls with maybe someone who's worn pearls before you, maybe your grandma, maybe your mum. So there's always that emotional attachment to pearls, and they can be classic, they can be contemporary, they can really be whatever you want them to be, and definitely one of my favourite gemstones.
Owning a strand of genuine gemstones is always exciting, but being able to use it in your handcrafted jewellery, then passing it on to its new owner with proof of its authenticity is even more incredible. Why not add one of our printed authenticity cards to your order for just 50p and share that same feeling with your customers? You can also access online authenticity certificates for items you have previously ordered by looking at your order history on your account details. The certificate gives you valuable information about your purchase and is your guarantee of quality and peace of mind from the Genuine Gemstone Company.
Hi, I'm Carol. I've been on the silver clay workshop today. It's been a fantastic experience. We've made 3 pieces, which I wasn't expecting to make 3 pieces. Tracy has been excellent, excellent. Any questions, she's great. She understands that we're all learning, and she will go at your speed, at your pace. Yeah, I can't praise her enough.
Did you know you can purchase incredible jewellery featuring genuine gemstones on our sister channel Gems? Come along and see what treasures you can find.
Good noon, everybody. Thank you very much for joining me today. It's not even noon, it's way gone noon. It's 2:45 approximately. My name is Becky. It's so nice to have you, and I'm so chuffed. I'm chuffed as peas to be joined by this lady today. Her name is Debbie Kershaw.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, I'm still here.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm really enjoying this. I love friendly plastic.
I've got to say, we've had loads of people messaging in saying, you know, they've never tried it before, they're going to give it a go today, and that's what you wanted, really, isn't it?
That is what I wanted, and also I was a little bit nervous because I knew that, you know, Liz is so fantastic at it, and I've got my own way of doing it, like we all have. But I think the good way is whatever way you find that works for you. You can create such wonderful things, and it's quite an inexpensive way of making moulded sculptural pieces of whatever it is that you're into. So that's why I love it so much, and it was new for me. I've done a bit before a while ago, and I haven't picked it up for a while, and I think when you pick up a medium again and you get all excited about it again, and that's what I did with this. I was saying to you earlier, I just stopped myself from making more and more and more. I just like, pack your bag now.
Yeah, absolutely. I just think it's so much fun. It really is. Even my producer's been saying in at my ear, oh, I fancy having a go at that. Oh, I want to have a go. So I have got my lovely Deb Kay with us today. Feel free to keep texts coming in. We're going to answer as many as we can. Let's get started on our perfect pairings, shall we? So in this section we're going to be looking at beautiful gemstones and essentially findings that will be perfect for them. These are all from my lovely producer's mind, so let's see what she would pair with. Tanzanite. 80 carats worth of your tanzanite. I have got 9 of this strand, and that is it. Once it's gone, it's gone. We've seen this tanzanite before. It's we've literally got the last 9. Is it 9 or 7? 7, sorry, did lie. I've got 7 of these available. If you got that stunning new strand of tanzanite they had on the morning show, those gorgeous faceted drops, this is going to be a perfect pairing for it, really, isn't it? Imagine just 2 of these either side of one of those gorgeous tanzanite drops. It's going to absolutely blow you away. The price point of this, I've got to say, is absolutely astonishing. The price has been hiked by around about 800%, but not here. £59.95 for you today on this strand. That is one of the lowest strand prices of tanzanite we've seen in a long time, and it's all to do with the quality. The quality of this, that depth of colour. You have got those archetypal colours. You really, really do. To my eye, it looks... It's almost that optimum colour point, actually, isn't it, that we've got on this tanzanite? Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I have got 2 left. 2 left, is it? £59.95, an absolute bargain for such a big carat weight. It is sensational. Well done, everybody. I'm now bringing to you the perfect pairing for it. In the drawer, clasps. Perfect clasps. 925 rose gold. Perfect for multi-stranded necklaces. Take a look. You've got one that's this shape and one that is this shape. They each have the 3 connectors coming from them, and essentially, sorry, I'm going to have to do it with my fingers because I'm not that great with my tweezers. You essentially lock them together like this, and there is your clasp. Done. Easy peasy, simple as that. And obviously, once it's stranded, they'll be evenly distributed weight-wise. So you've got enough here to make your multi-stranded necklace. You could do up to 3 strands on this. If you only wanted 1 strand, of course, you could snip off the other 2 and keep those for something else, because it is genuine 925 with your rose gold plate over the top. I quite like the idea of just doing a little bit of a loop through here, that kind of lark's head knot through here, really simply, and just having 3 little tassels from here. I think it'd be gorgeous just as a pendant. Your price point today for 2 of these, 2 pairs, shall I say. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. We are going to roll this price down for no reason whatsoever than we can, and Helena's in the mood too. £6.95. The gram weight on this, we're looking at 2 grams worth. You've got 95 and you've got that stunning rose gold over the top. Ask yourself this: have you bought loads of something recently? Have you bought loads of maybe strands of pearls recently? And you're thinking, I love pearls, but I've got a lot of them. What am I going to do with them all? You can use 3 different strands of pearls to make yourself one beautiful, really ridiculously high-end necklace with this, because you've got the opportunity to hang your 3 strands from them. It is absolutely beautiful, beautiful design. It really is gorgeous. Get into these whilst you can. Hello to everyone who's coming in. You're all rushing in on the phone lines and on the web in particular. Lots of you popping these in your baskets. Just to let you know, what was the original price again? £9.95, just wanted to double check. £9.95 is your original price, and that £9.95 price point will come back at 9 o'clock. So please get these if you want to as quickly as you possibly can, because it's a great price discount, that really, isn't it? It's sensational. Lots of triple buyers, got multi-buyers left, right and centre, to be honest. £6.95. Oh, there's loads of you coming in, isn't there? Loads of you coming in. I am moving on because I'm getting extremely low in stock. Extremely low in stock on this. What did you say? Number 1? Oh, number 3, sorry. Oh, okay, right. Be honest, has Scott gone? Right, listen. We've been ridiculously naughty today, honestly. Oh. We've been ridiculously naughty today. The price points we've been doing have not been authorised, and neither has this strand of gemstones. I need to tell you something very, very, very honestly. They won't be watching at home. Nah. Management are out. Management are away. Scott left about an hour ago. We are let loose. I'm going to be completely honest with you. We got told that, when was it? We got told, was it about 2 months ago? Was it? Or is that me playing over the top? Maybe even longer than that, Helena's asking. Maybe more towards February, January time. We got an email that basically said we're not allowed to sell this gemstone anymore, Cullinan Topaz. We're not allowed to sell it anymore at all. An email went round. Can I be really honest? An email went round. I didn't read the email because I'm rubbish at reading emails. Helena did read the email, but sort of ignored it, and we got told off. We got really told off because they'd sent out the email and like 2 days later we played it. Anyway, the reason we weren't allowed to play it anymore is essentially because our sister channel, Gems TV, and our manager, Steve Bennett, named this gemstone. It's the Cullinan Topaz. He named it after the Cullinan Diamond because it's the closest gemstone that he's ever found that his appearance is like it. So the Cullinan Topaz is what I've got for you to show you in a moment. It is stunning, it is beautifully clear, and it is one of the most loved varieties of topaz here on our channels. It is absolutely stunning. Essentially, very, 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 very soon, we won't be able to, we will not be seeing this gemstone here anymore, because very long story short, A lot of you who've maybe been on holiday recently with a certain airline, quite a nice airline, will know that in the on-flight magazines you can buy, or starting to be able to buy, our sister channels jewellery. You can buy Gemporia jewellery. Essentially for a line that's coming up on that well-known airline with that well-known man with the grey hair that runs it, and CD shops and things like that. He essentially has asked for a selection to go into that on-flight magazine, and the gemstones that our sister channel Gemporia are going to make for them using this gemstone, but essentially they've asked for exclusivity of that entire gemstone. So, long story short, this Cullinan Topaz is going to be a brand name very soon, if that makes sense. So essentially, it's obviously I can't mention any other brands that do it, but it's when you're opening your own brand. It's you know, once it's a branded name, only certain people can sell it, and the people that will be able to sell that will be our sister channel, not us any longer. I've got 39 of this strand. I have no more of this gemstone in anywhere in our vaults, and we aren't buying it anymore. This, ladies and gentlemen, will be the last time you see this gemstone here on JewelleryMaker. If you want to buy this gemstone in the future, feel free to take a flight, feel free to look on our sister channel, but if you want to make your own jewellery with it, now's your chance. Your price point today for 90 carats worth of Cullinan Topaz. Steve's gonna kill us. Steve is going to kill us. Not literally, he's not that kind of guy. We're dropping the price. Ben's hiding around the corner. It's Ben! £19.95. This is gone. I have 39. That's it. It's the last amount. I'll be completely, absolutely honest with you. Helena had this scheduled for the show on Monday. Was it Monday? And she went, oh no, there'll be loads of management in, and we will get so told off. I'll reschedule it for when they're out. And that's why we moved it to today's show. Almost going to sell out of those. Well done, everybody. Unless something changes, obviously, with that well-known airline or Gemporia, unless something random changes, we might get it back randomly. I better say that just to cover my own back. But we're not going to, pretty much, unless something weird happens. We're not getting it back. 10 left. Say goodbye to it. It's the last time you're ever going to see this.
Bye.
Goodbye, Cullinan Topaz. Goodbye. 1995. 3 of those left. That's it. Well done, everyone. Well done. And just think, you can get your authenticity with it. Get your authenticity with that, because it'll say Cullinan. And then if that company continues to grow, I can't say too much. You know exactly what I mean, though. Where to? There are a lot of people at home going, what is she on about? It is the story of my life. Earrings. The ones with the lock. Have a look at these. We haven't seen them in yonks. Back in stock, finally. We haven't seen them in months. Take a look. These are your 95 lever back earrings. They are fab, aren't they? 95. These are your earrings. So where my tweezers are now. Why can I never think of that word? It always escapes me, the word tweezers. Yeah, but I always say where my tweezers. Oh, so annoying. Where my tweezers are would be where the earlobe is. So that would be the side view. This would be the front view. And let me show you the lever back on these. I'm going to have to move my tweezers because obviously I can only do it with my fingers. But there we go. You essentially pull them back and then push them forward. And actually, I don't know if you heard that click because they're from so far away, but that means that they are locked securely into place. And I mean securely. I'm actually putting quite a bit of force on that to open it up because these are so secure. They're genuine 925 and you've got 2 pairs of them here as well. 2 pairs of them. This is where your earlobe would be, as I said earlier. So you've got a really nice drop down there, but also you're not going to have that moment of where the earring rocks out of your ear on the middle of a night out. Do you know what I mean, Debbie Kay?
Exactly what you mean. I've lost earrings so many times. they slide out. And like you said before, if you like a statement earring, then it's quite heavy. And sometimes they put them on the ones where they can just slide out, and it's very easy to catch in your hair or just fall out.
Yeah. And you look back on your photos in your morning and you try and work out exactly what time in the evening you did lose that one earring. Oh, that photo there I am, just relaxing with one earring in. That, I must have left it about midnight.
Yeah, exactly. It's so annoying.
So annoying, so annoying. And especially if you are working with gorgeous gemstones, like the gemstones we bring you here at JewelleryMaker. You know, some sensational beauties. I've got some gorgeous opals coming up later. I've got some really nice gemstones coming up, pearls, and lots of different things. You want to make sure you've made a gorgeous pair of earrings and that they're going to stay in. Your price point for 2 pairs today, 95 sterling silver earrings, just £6.95, and you have got that lock-in security there as well to make sure that they do stay exactly where they are. That price point is fantastic, isn't it? It really is. Let me show you the action on this again, just to show you how sturdy it really is. I'll move these. Super duper sturdy, and then stop, back into place. I don't know if you can hear that. If I put it next to my mic, you'll be able to. I'm gonna do it just because I want to prove to you it's super sturdy. Do that. That's sturdy, that, isn't it? You have got so many of you coming in. It's lovely to see. Hello, Pam and Bernadette and Sylvia and Joe and Marion. Hello, Marion. Lots of you coming in today. It's lovely to see every single one of you. There are a lot of you coming in. Is there a bit of a queue on the phone? There is a bit of a queue. Shall I do my announcement now then as people are coming in? Oh gosh, I do feel a bit sick for saying it, honestly. I don't know why I'm so nervous to say this. I'm obviously going to. Okay, so, lovely ladies and gentlemen, I'm very, very happy to say this. I really, really genuinely am very happy to say this. I am ridiculously nervous though. You will understand why very, very soon. As we all know, the gorgeous, gorgeous Carol is going away very, very soon on maternity leave, and I have been given the ridiculous responsibility, I don't even know how, and also the amazing, amazing opportunity to move. And I, ladies and gentlemen, I'm so nervous to say, I'm moving to be a morning show presenter! Yay! What's wrong, Ben and Pete?
Who us? Oh, nothing. No, we're fine.
Oh, it's just the people in my ear who are booing at me. Oh my gosh, I'm so nervous, Debbie Kay.
No, you'll be fantastic.
Oh, I'm so nervous. I don't know. I haven't got a clue what I'm doing.
Yeah, but I feel like that about designer inspiration shows because I always, in the morning, and I'm used to doing the quick demos, and I'm used to it at a different pace, and when I first did designer inspiration I was really, really nervous, but then you just get used to it. You'll be brilliant. You'll really enjoy it, honestly, you will.
Oh,
she will, won't she?
Nervous. I'm so nervous, I really, really am. It is today, you didn't know this, boys, I don't think. Today is my penultimate Saturday with you. Yeah, it's a penultimate Saturday with you. It is your last Saturday with me because you're away in 2 weeks, aren't you, for the birthday weekend? So I will, however, be returning to Designer Inspiration every other Friday. So every other Friday I will be here because basically, as you'll know, I work with young carers as well, and essentially I have handover meetings on Friday morning, so I'm not able to make the Friday morning show. So I'll be back here every other Friday. I'll be back home. It'll be lush. It'll be lush. Okay, where are we going to? Angelite, this is a sensational strand. Back in stock by so much popular demand. One of the most beautiful and calming gemstones there is. Take a look. Angelite. Oh, Angelite. It is so, so stunning. I absolutely adore Angelite. Now, let me tell you a little bit about the myths and legend of folklore. I just need to sort of say instantly, very, very quickly, that, you know, obviously what I'm about to say is very much believed in certain circles. I can't say whether or not it is truth or if it is not, but do want to say that you will, what I'm about to tell you is kind of commonly recognised in lots of different circles such as crystal healing, etc. So what have I got for you here? I have got a gemstone which has huge connotations with calmness. It also has huge connotations in certain circles to be believed to boost contact with angelic beings. Now, the reason for that is not just only due to the name, it's actually due to the mining of this, and also the area in which and the time in which it was found. This gemstone was actually found during something called the harmonic convergence. Now, the harmonic convergence is essentially a globally synchronized meditation event, realistically, and it is said to take place when it is believed that the planets are said to align. So this gemstone was found during that global synchronized meditation called, like I said, the harmonic convergence, which doesn't happen yearly. It happens now and again, like I said, when the planets are said to align. And essentially what happens in this global meditation is groups of, you know, certain beliefs and, you know, people who love meditation and healing and things like that will essentially join up at well-known sites. For example, in England, a lot of people will join up at Stonehenge, for example, so spaces with, you know, lots of different meanings and beliefs. As a global community, as I suppose it is, we'll meditate, and this gemstone was found in that time. And that's one of the reasons that people in certain circles believe that this is a very calming, very relaxing and very connective gemstone. We do not get this gemstone on often at all, and when we do, it's always extremely popular, not only because of the connotations and the beliefs in certain circles of its power, but also possibly due to the fact that the colouring of this is so unique, so individual, and we don't have another gemstone that looks like this. It's backed by ridiculous popular demand, 277 carats worth of your angelite. Your price point today for your 10mm rounds, just £19.95. It is a sensational price point. It really is, for something unique, something individual, and something that's going to make you stand out from the crowd, something that's going to make you stand out and appear a little bit different. It's not a gemstone that's readily available. It's not even a gemstone that everybody knows about. It's a gemstone that really has that connoisseur statement and attachment to it. And I don't just mean connoisseurs of gemstones, like I said, I mean connoisseurs of, you know, different crystal healing beliefs and different spiritual beliefs, etc. And so it is a beautiful gemstone that is not widely available, and I'm so glad that we've managed to get it back for you today at just £19.95. It is beautiful, and honestly, it sounds silly, but even when you touch it, it doesn't feel like your everyday gemstone, and that's probably because it's not. It's your gorgeous angelite for just £19.95. And the perfect pairing we're going to add to this is another one that is backed by popular demand. I'm so excited to bring these to you. My producer Helena has never seen these. She's only seen them in the picture. I want to show you, Helena, them together. Here you are. This is how much I care about you. How stunning is that? Ladies and gentlemen, look, it's a clasp. It's easier if I use my fingers. It is, ladies and gentlemen, an actual flower clasp that I have here for you. You have the inside toggle and you have the outside toggle there, and essentially you stitch these together to create that stunning flower clasp. Genuine 925 gold plated flower we've got here. 11 by approximately 15 by about 5mm that we have here. They are gorgeous, aren't they? Even that, just as the centre pendant, the centre clasp, maybe on your wrist with pearls around it.
I was just going to say that's what I do. I do a double strand pearl bracelet, either one strand of pearls, one strand of chain, and then that as my clasp.
It's just sensational, isn't it?
It's very occasion. It would be lovely for people who are making for their wedding, or you know, little bridesmaids gifts. Something like that would be really lovely for flower girls, or
perfect for that. And because it is the precious metal as well, you can perfectly use it for that special occasion. Yeah. There are so many of you coming in. I just want to tell you that you get 3 of these. Also, if I just double check that, yeah, you get the 925 25 written in each one of these, so we do know that you've got that beautiful precious metal here. They are unique, they are individual, and they are yours today for a fantastic price point. Just £9.95 for you today. They are just sensational. They really, really are. £9.95 for you today is just a great price point. It really, really is. Hello, everyone who's coming in for it. It's lovely to see every single one of you. We are. What are you saying? Why? What? No! Whatever, management out, do it. We're going to drop the price. No other reason than we may as well. It's mine and Helena's last Saturday working together. We may as well. £6.95.
That's brilliant.
Three. That is sensational. There's loads of you who've already come in. There's absolutely loads and loads and loads of you who've already come in for these. Keep on coming in. Don't just get one. Get yourself two. Why not? There's no need not to. Thank you, Brother Pete, you lovely man. Someone texting about us. What's that text? You may as well. We've got time to kill now, haven't we, whilst all these people come in? What? Are you saying I'm meant to be on my break? Yeah. Is that what you just said to me? I'm only making you read a text. Oh, you'll be great, Becky. Congratulations. I will miss you and your brother's Pete's family show, though. Oh, bless Claire. I'd say that he feels the same, but he doesn't, because he literally just sign language to me. I'm meant to be on my break. That's what he just sign language to me. See you later, Brother Pete.
See ya.
We could be brother and sister, couldn't we, Mark? Go away. £6.95 for you. Thank you, that's a lovely message. Loads of you coming in for this, probably got about 70 of those already gone, so do check out your baskets. I've not got many left, I've got 20 of them left right now, so well done everyone. Lovely to have a perfect pairings. Tell you what, she's not letting me have an Edith show today. I didn't even tell you this before. My last hour of the show today, I've got 30 products to do in 40 minutes. 30 products, 40 minutes. Easy. Do it with my eyes closed. I am heading over to you in a moment, all three, for designer inspiration. Okay. What are we expecting from this one, WK?
I'm going to show you how to mould, and I'm going to show you how to do texture, so to use a texture mat. I'll also show you how to decorate your hardened friendly plastic with gleams, and maybe if you've got the alcohol pen, you can use some ink on there, and just how to really sort of make your pieces come alive with all the accessories that you can use to do some slightly different techniques. A bit of layering as well, probably, if we've got time.
Absolutely. I can't wait to see all of these. I have got for you loads of your friendly plastic. Again, take a nosy. We've got 1, 2, 4, 6. Hang on. We've got 6 of these in total. You've got a beautiful black there. I'm not sure I've seen the black one before. You've got loads of different colours in here. Aqua blue, black satin, navy blue, dyed... Oh, hang on. Stormy blue, turquoise, other colours. My names are way better, if I'm honest. Yeah, I'm not shooting my own horn here, but turquoise, that hasn't taken anyone much at all, has it? No. Mine, though. What would I say for that one? Ooh. Angel, hey, what go really well with the angel eye? Ooh, aqua angel eye.
That would be gorgeous.
Oh, wow. Okay, so I've got 6 of those strips. I've also got for you some beautiful threading materials. I've got this whole stacker of your beading threads. You're going to see how these have been used in a piece to really, really make it, I would say. Gorgeous variety of your spools here. Lots and lots for you to play with. 5 different colours there, all in that gorgeous kind of blue colour palette with the black as well, which matches excellently with the colours we have here. Matching in with that again, I have got a selection of satin cords. I've got the satin in black, I've got the blue, and I've got the aqua blue too. I'm bringing to you now the gemstones, and I've got to say, a little bit different, a little bit unique. I've got a shell pearl strand here, 6mm. I've got for you What's the carat weight on the lapis? 50 carats worth on a graduated lapis strand, which we do not see very often at all. Graduation on that strand is approximate, hang on, from 3mm to 6mm, you've got about 60 carats worth there. But something we might not think of with friendly plastic, I've actually got a lapis cabochon as well. 50 carats worth on there, about 40 by 30. Let's reiterate exactly what we're getting. 6mm shell pearl, you've got your lapis in the strand form and in the cabochon faceted form. I've also got 6 of your friendly plastics. I've got a whole selection of your beading thread and your satin cord. Price point should be. That's already a great price, £38.35 for the amount you're getting here. We are going to keep it as low as we can though. We're going lower for you. Do you know what? Management aren't in. Let's just go lower than low. It's our last show together on a Saturday, Helena. They can't do anything about it. What are they going to do? Separate us? Should be £38.35. Your price point is rolling down though. Doesn't want to do it, but it's doing it. Helena's scared herself with this price now, haven't you, love? Price point, oh, £21.95. That's nowhere near where we were going to go with this. You're saving yourself £16.40 on that. We weren't going to go anywhere near that. I'm sure we said, didn't we say 24? £24.95 was the going to be price, but hey ho, management have left us. More fool them, I say. £21.95. What a great price point. That is so fantastic. I absolutely adore that. Adore it. Should we head on over to this lovely lady? Some people call her Debbie, some people call her Kershaw. I call her Debbie Kershaw. So, okay. Hi Debbie K, how are you?
Yeah, I'm good.
Debbie K, you've got some gorgeous pieces here, including the one that I am wearing. What was your inspiration with this? And first off, what do you think of the price actually? Because we weren't going to take it to that. We were going to go to £24.95, which
is that for this kit?
Yes.
Okay, I haven't been paying attention, I've been setting up. That's ridiculous really.
Isn't it?
When you think that for one piece, if you're making to sell, he might fall off because I've precariously lent him on.
No, don't worry.
He's either, he could be a pendant if you wanted a statement piece, or he could be a scarf pin or a brooch or whatever you wanted to. I think that, sorry, as I was saying, I just saw the sea house and went, ugh. You would get your money back. Sea house, the seahorse.
Good.
You'd get your money back on one piece of that, wouldn't you? I mean, 20 quid in essence, isn't it? I mean, that's a bit silly. And the gemstones are lovely. I love lapis and I don't see it often. I don't think I've had it in a kit for absolutely ages.
Especially a graduated strand.
Yeah.
I don't see that often at all anymore.
No, and also you've got obviously your cabochon to match and your pearls. The whole thing said to me, sea and summer, the whole thing said to me that, you know, that I tried not to be really cliche about it. I started off with the dolphin piece that you're wearing because I love dolphins. I used to swim with wild dolphins when I was younger and I love them. They're everywhere, all over my house. And I wanted to create, because I know dolphins got really trendy at one point, didn't they, and dolphin jewellery, and then it went really naff because there was so much of it. But I think this is a way of doing something that actually looks quite artistic, like hopefully the sort of thing you'd see in a boutique or in a little jewellery outlet, or maybe a craft place that sold lots of handmade jewellery. I wanted to go for that kind of artistic effect. And I think with friendly plastic you can do that, but you can really come up with something quite artisan that really looks like, you know, an artist has made it, that somebody's put their creativity into it. And with this kit, all the colours just match, you know, and even you've got the beading thread and the seahorse there. I've managed to get sort of all the detail out with my gleams and with my pens and with my glossy accents, because it starts off as a moulded shape and then you sort of add into that so that you're bringing your piece alive. And the way that I've hopefully made it look like the sea's alive is by using our fibres, our Angelina fibres.
I have clearance of those coming up in the next 48 minutes or so.
And you don't need a lot of those either. You literally use a tiny little a little amount of them, and they give texture and give quite an artisan feel to your pieces. So you can have a real play and you can really explore your creativity with this kind of kit. So I think that's what I did, really.
Fantastic. Need to let you know that I have got about 40 of the kit left, maybe slightly more actually, maybe more like 45, but still it's not that many. So please do check out your baskets, because these pieces are gorgeous, and it's great if you're brand new, but it's great just for a top up as well. Treat yourself to them whilst you can. Coast to Coast with Debbie Kershaw. Isn't that a TV show?
Yeah. It used to be, I think, didn't it?
Coast to Coast.
It went all around the British Isles and looking up, because I used to watch it.
I could totally imagine you presenting that.
I'd love to do that.
Oh my gosh, you would be fab at that.
Can you imagine me? Yeah, but then I'd probably say something like, you can make some great jewellery that look like this. Nothing to do with what I was doing.
All right, yeah, fair. Yeah, but they just edit it out.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, because I'm so used to live
You're so
telly.
used to live TV.
Oh, it'll be easy then, wouldn't it?
Oh, it'd be easy. I'll come along with you, help you out.
Oh, thanks.
No problem.
Should we audition?
Shall we?
Yeah, let's do it.
Why not? All right, cool. So, if it's still on, it might not still be on telly.
That's a good point.
Let's not come up with this plan if it doesn't exist anymore.
We'll just audition anyway for a fictitious show.
£21.95 is your price for it on that kit. Lovely, lovely lady.
Right.
Where are we going to start with this?
Shall we start with moulding? Because
let's start with moulding, and if I can bring some moulds now.
Do it, yeah.
And then I'll bring some as and when.
That means
well.
I can have a sip of tea, doesn't it?
Yeah, you treat yourself to a bit of tea.
A little quick sip.
Because we're going to be using this exact mould. So I'll do that one in a moment.
Yep.
I'll bring these two now, though.
Ooh, I like that start.
How amazing is
Oh,
that
it's one of those ones you can put the wire in. They're brilliant.
Have a little look. You've got your Corantha. I always avoid saying this. Is it Corantha? I'm going to have to learn this for the morning show, aren't I?
I think it's Corantha, but I'm not sure.
Corantha silicone moulds. This is how that sounded very. Hello. So these are your silicone moulds. I'm getting ready for Coast to Coast. Hello, welcome to Coast to Coast. And today, silicone moulds. What do they mean to you? Well, to me, they mean easy to use. They mean super duper flexible, super duper sturdy though. They mean they're going to last and last and last. And they mean mixed media.
They're totally mixed media. I've
Massively.
got so many of these, and I use them for my jewel enamels.
Yes.
And when you brought the ones in with, like you can see with the star there, and it's basically got the slice in the top, that's for putting
This one
actually
here.
your wire in,
through. Yes.
and then you can pour your enamels in, and you're not sort of fiddling about later, and then
Yes.
it makes a permanent bond. So they are absolutely brilliant.
Fab, aren't they?
You can also use your friendly plastic pellets. So I haven't used the pellets yet, but I think probably when I leave I'll order some because I want to have a play. But I've seen them being used. And you can also use these strips in these moulds as well. A polymer.
Yeah, polymer's perfect for it as well.
They're very, I've got a whole bag of them.
If you do want the pellets, by the way, we have had them on show today. We will bring those in at the bottom of the screen for you. The pellets are the colourless pellets, perfect for moulding. Double Trouble silicone mould. Your price point today should be £13.90. Of course they should. But no, not today. We're going to drop them down. Rolling them down. You're buying one, you're getting one for half price, essentially, at this price. £8.95. Say that again. You buy one, you get one for £2.
Yeah, that's really
bargain.
Good. That's very good because
bargain.
They are so versatile. I probably say because obviously I cross medias a lot here, that I use my moulds loads and loads, and I've got probably most of them that we sell here that aren't new.
Yeah. They're so flexible.
They're really flexible, so they're easy to push out. You know, obviously keep them nicely sort of stored and moisturised, because you know if you find that you let them dry out. But mine, I've literally got them in a bag. I've got them in my workroom in a drawer, and I love them. I can't stress enough how often I use them.
And if you do have the compound as well, you can use these to press your compound into, so you can get the reverse of it, if that makes sense.
Yeah. You can. And so that gives you sort of the reverse effects. If you've got something that you really like but you want a different take on it.
You want it to be concave
inside
as
out
opposed to,
almost, yeah.
Then you can. So $8.95 for you today. Coast
like
to
that.
coast, here we come. So let's see how to, they wouldn't have us. Let's see how to, even if coast to coast is still going and we go to audition, they're going to pretend that it's not. No, it doesn't exist anymore, ladies.
No, we'll show them this show where we had seahorses and everything.
Brilliant. So we're going to see how these moulds can be used for things like your friendly plastic.
So I'll start off with this little seahorse because he's obviously on the brooch, and I'm going to show you the techniques for the brooch.
Fantastic.
And then I'll show you how this mould actually makes up as well. Now this one I use for the bracelet in the other kit that I've got at home.
We'll bring that mould to you in a moment when we use it.
Okay, what I usually do with my moulds, and you don't have to do this, but I just sort of do it for peace of mind, and sometimes with your friendly plastic, if you overheat it, become incredibly sticky. So I tend to put some releasing agent just inside my mould, so that be either your olive oil, your petroleum jelly, or I've actually got my badger balm, it went out of my head, into there. And then I'm going to take a strip of friendly plastic, and you want to make sure that your strip of friendly plastic completely covers the mould that you want to make and some. So if I make sure that go down to his tail, and then I've got a little bit more, because we're not going to waste any anyway, because we can always put any excess. Heat gun, there we are. See, I'm in my workshop in my head, you see, and I'm looking for my heat gun to the right. So what I'm going to do, while I'm in the studio, it's easy to get lost, isn't it?
Yeah, of course.
I'll definitely be sacked from coast to coast for that.
Well, you couldn't even remember the name Badger a second ago, so yeah.
And here's the, what's it called?
Is that balm?
That blue stuff that you can swim in. Oh, the sea!
Oh, man.
I still think I'd be brilliant. So I'm heating it, and with a larger piece of friendly plastic, you've got to maybe to heat it for a little bit longer, because obviously you've got a bigger surface area, and also with a larger piece, quite often sort of your ends will start to melt, but your middle will still be quite firm. So you need to make sure that the whole thing bends when you do the bend test. I can kind of tell from looking at this that this end isn't softened too much.
Because you can see the kind of gloss to it. Obviously, as you work with it more, you'll get to notice it too.
And don't be afraid to stop and just, you know, see. And I can see that is bending, but that bit isn't.
This bit isn't, yeah.
So if I went to mould that, I'd get probably a 3/4 of the mould come out. But that
just get
just a 3/4 of his head. He wouldn't have his head on. That's no good, is it?
You get an e-horse.
Or a ho. There we go. So that's survived the bend test. Now what I'm going to do...
Not the bend test.
The bend test.
Director man.
I'm terrible for picking it up with my fingers, because that's just how I work. So I'm actually going to put some of the badger balm onto my fingers as well, so that I don't stick to everything. We don't want my fingers in the mould. And then I'm just going to lift the corner up. You can do that with your tool or with your fingers. And if you find that it really doesn't want to lift, you need to heat it more. If you find that it sticks, that mine is sticking there, it's because the middle's got too hot. So we just wait for that a second.
Okay.
Until it cools down. And lift up the rest. Yeah, so that's stuck fast. Actually, let's heat it a little bit more. It might not be heated enough. So you get used to your environment that you work in. Obviously, I'm under hot lights here. Right. So I'm not really sure what it's going to do under these lights. Let's see if that works here. Yeah, so that might just simply be too hot. Yeah. So if you find that this happens, and it does happen when you're moulding, because you've basically got to get the whole strip the same. If I pull that off now, if I force that off, it's going to tear, and it's just going to make a mess. So I really just have to wait until that cools down a little bit, and then as it does, it'll start to lift off, do you see? And it's sort of the middle of it that's got too hot, because it's the middle of it that's sticking. But it will start to lift. And what I want to do is make sure that that goes down gold side first, because I want that to be, my seahorse to be gold, not black. So I'm going to just put it over the top, and then I'm just going to press it in with my fingers into the mould. And if you want to, you can use sort of anything that you've got really. This is just the friendly plastic friller tool. but just to get into all of the little recesses of the mould. And then once you think you've probably got a good impression there, I'll grab my water.
Okay.
So don't worry about all that seems to be waste, because we'll just cut that off, and then that will be able to be reused. So when we did the sort of the swirling technique, I just used sort of extra pieces. If you have a box and just put all of your cut-offs in there, then they come out when you do things like swirling, and so there really is no waste with this sort of thing. So even now, that's only been in a second, and my water's by no means very cold. I love that bit.
I love that.
So let me show you that. Let me move that out of the way.
I'll just lift it up for you.
Thank you.
There you go. Here he is. Caesar the seahorse.
So it makes an indentation. Now, if you wanted to cut round that so that he was just a sort of a pendant shape, you could. What I chose to do is actually cut round him.
Yeah.
So that he...
For this piece.
For the brooch.
Fab.
So that he was sitting proud.
Yes, lovely.
Now that does take a while, I'll be honest with you, especially if you're using our leather scissors that are really, really tough. You've got to sort of work round all of the corners. But the good thing is, if you get to an area that you just can't get to with your scissors, if you do 2 little cuts in, because it's moulded, when you press it down,
kind of just peels.
It will go behind, and then you can turn it over and cut that off.
Got you.
Okay, so that would take me a good 10 minutes.
Fantastic.
To cut out. But I've got these waste pieces, and I'm not going to throw them away because I'll use them.
You can use them for the pieces
again later.
Okay.
So you end up, like Becky just showed you, with your seahorse, and you can see he's a seahorse.
Yeah.
Okay, but you need to start to bring him alive. So imagine that I've cut him out all nicely, and I want to use him for my piece. There are some ways that you can actually decorate him, and gleams being one of them. So I've actually got absolutely tons of these gleams. Let's find a colour that you'll really be able to see.
Debbie Kershaw, it's now.
Ooh, glossy, glossy.
Are you using it now?
I can do, yeah. I'll be using it after the gleams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The gleams comes with it.
Oh, really? Sorry, I got a bit too excited.
You did. Your breath smells lovely, though. Have you just had fruit?
No, I've just had tea.
Oh, that's what it is.
Oh, just it?
It's nice, lovely,
Oh,
yeah.
good.
So, gleam
Big
wax.
fan of these, massive fan of these.
Now, what do you love about it apart from the smell?
I absolutely love the fact that you get your fingers in. I mean, you can get your cotton buds and use it that way, but it's so tactile. You get your fingers in and you get it on your finger, and then you wipe it on to whatever you're using. Polymer, I use this a lot with polymer and a lot with enamel as well.
Fab.
Wait for it to dry, but while you're putting it on, you might think, oh crumbs, I've put too much on. You can just wipe it off.
Of course you can.
So you're really in control, and you might even try it and then go, don't like that, and wipe it off completely before it dries. But it brings out your texture so much, I'll show you in a minute, of how something goes from, even though it's a 3-dimensional moulded shape, it goes from that into being alive. Yeah. Pops.
Yeah, it really does. So you've got a gorgeous range of colours here. You've got the copper-esque tones, you've got beautiful reds in there. This is your Colourful Thoughts set 3, so it's those beautiful reds. This is going to last and last and last, etc. Honestly, it goes on for such a long time. And even if you have yours for a year and a half, let's say, and you don't really use it that much, just now and again dib in and out, and it does dry a little bit, you can just poke holes in it, pop a little bit of what's it called in it? No, stop saying things that are the wrong things. It's confusing me.
Jelly?
No.
Ice cream.
Like spirits.
Oh, white spirit?
Yes, yeah.
Oh, sorry, preserve it.
To preserve
just put the
it.
white spirit in, put the lid on, leave it, and then it just brings it to life
and
again.
it brings it back to life. Even if it's dried out and you've opened it once, used it once, you don't use it for another year and a half, 2 years, it will just bring it back to life. So literally, it will just keep going and going and going. So you've got 3 of those, and you've got... I don't even know if I've ever had the chance to bring this to you, because honestly, guaranteed when we get Lady Bulford on, she'll talk about this. She'll go, have we got any in stock?
And you haven't?
No.
Oh dear.
Debbie Kay's back, snips her fingers, it's on for her, isn't it?
I wish.
glossy accents. Oh my goodness, this has to be one of the most loved products that we have here at Jewellery Maker. We're going to show you exactly how to use this very, very soon. You can use it as a glue, you can use it with paper, you can use it for home decor, you can use it as well for kind of your stamping pieces, and we're going to see very, very soon how you can use it almost as a protector, varnish, that's the one, so you can use this for so much. Great for polymer, great for pieces like this as well. It is just sensational. Your price point today? Should be. We are going to take it down in price. That's why everyone's already bought it. Well done to everyone who has already bought it, by the way, because you know and I know everyone pays the same price. Doesn't matter what time you come in. Price point today? £9.95 for you today. That's on this one. Precision nozzle. You can see the amount of this you're getting. £9.95 just for the glossy accents would be fab, because, well, the gleams alone, how much? I'm sure the gleams alone are £9.95.
I thought they were.
I'm sure gleams alone are £9.95.
Yeah, they are.
So essentially you're getting glossy accents for free. They are, we've just checked, they are original price on gleams, £9.95.
So how much would your glossy accents be here then? Because glossy accents isn't cheap if you go to if you go to the craft stores and that you run out and you've got to go and get it. It's not when I first bought it, I hadn't heard of it, and so I went into the local craft store and bought some, and it was more, I think it was more than £9.95 just for that.
Just for that?
Yeah.
Fantastic either way. £9.95 for the glossy accents and for the gleam, and we'll show you how to use both of them right now. So even if you've never used them before, buy them now because they are selling out very quickly. And then watch this demo. And don't forget, if you ever see something that you buy and you want to remember how to use it, make a note in your diary or on your blackboard or whatever it might be of the date and how far into the show it is, and you can watch it back for free on YouTube. So do have a little look, and it will remind you of the exact time now. So if you just got this and this and you want to know how to use it, just make sure you make a note that we are 2 hours and 35 minutes approximately into your show, and then take a look back on YouTube when you get these. £9.95 for you today. Okay, Becky, I'm with you.
So I've used on purpose a mould that has got quite an intricate sort of design, because the seahorse has got scales and he's got kind of a curly tail. So I've taken some green so that you can see the difference it makes to this gold. If you start to, I'm going to put loads on, I wouldn't use that much, and I'm going to hold it up to the camera so that you can see how that brings out his scales.
Can you see it?
Can you see? Now I'm going to rub a bit of that off while we're here. So let me lean over. Can you see?
Yes.
So it's actually brought alive the sort of the scale part of his chest. And you can use different colours, or they're also brilliant if you want to age something and make it look like aged metal. So
that kind of verdigris look.
And maybe sort of a vintage look. You can do that by using your gold or silver friendly plastic and then using this to age it, so that sometimes you don't know what it's made of until you touch it.
No.
So people go, what's that made of? Because they think, oh, that would be heavy, but it's not metal. So that's the great thing about the gold and the silver. You get that in this kit. So then once you've put, I wouldn't usually use that much. I wanted to put it on so that you could see the effect, and then I would usually, if I put too much on, I would just take some off again. And you can do that straight away. Then you sort of leave it to dry. So that was my green. Make sure you put your lids on really tight when you're storing it, just so that they don't dry out, but it's not the end of the world if they do. I've got slippery
This
hands.
copper is one of the tones that you've just owned with the glossy accent colourful thoughts section here. So this is the colour that you're going to get, one of the three colours. The three colours that
I've got all of them. The three colours that you've got in this set are my favourite. I use the most because they add kind of a hint of colour where maybe, look at that.
Gives you a different metal look. Goes great with antiques brands.
Put it on and then I'll hold it up again.
Makes it look so different.
I'm going to hold that up for you. So that, can you see that he's becoming more metal looking?
Yeah.
He looks less plastic and more like maybe aged metal.
More 3D almost.
Yeah, and you're bringing out his details, and you would keep adding colour. You might think, oh, let's add a colour like one of those is pink. pink, I think it's called chartreuse in there.
Yes,
it's
possibly.
like a pinky colour. That's really great to add when you maybe think that, oh, pink won't go on there. It just makes it pop a little bit.
Fantastic.
And then with your alcohol pen, I don't have my alcohol pen with me because I didn't realise we were going to do it, but I've got some permanent markers, so I'll just show you sort of the effect that you can get with those.
The alcohol pen, we do still have some of, and we have the alcohol inks. If you want the alcohol pen, we'll pop it at the bottom of the screen. The two-sided alcohol pen that you fill up yourself with your alcohol inks, whatever colour you want. You can paint pictures with it, draw pictures with it. You can get into details like this because you've got the two-sized nibs. Great, it's coming in at the bottom of your screen very, very shortly, and it's a really low price as well. So do get it if you want it.
So your alcohol pen will make your alcohol inks really achievable to do fine, detailed work.
Hang on. They are.
Okay, so if I put just his eye in there, and say I wanted to just draw on a few scales, because when I have my glossy accents, it's going to make quite a difference. So I'm just being really haphazard here. And I'd usually use a few colours, like, you know, when you do a shaded drawing and you want it to pop and stand out. So then, imagine he's all cut out and I finished colorising in the way that I want. This is where my glossy accents would come in. On the last kit, the one with the little bird, I added the gemstones by just simply pressing them into the friendly plastic. Then I added glossy accents and I put the gemstones in. So not only did it act as a varnish and a gloss, it glued them in. So it acts as a glue as well. So if you wanted to add some glitter, that one, on the flowers there, a couple of the little, you see the pink flowers in the middle that it's got a green centre. I literally stuck those in using this. So it's like dual purpose. It's really good. If you wanted to add some glitter, you could by just putting this on.
Fantastic.
So what I tend to do is put a dab onto a non-stick surface, and I'd usually use, you know, the little bags the gemstones come in. I usually use those.
All right, good tip.
And a paintbrush. And I would just dab it in. Now you would need to make sure that any of the mediums, the gleams, the alcohol pen that you've used is actually dry, or it will take it off. So imagine that we've waited 10 or 15 minutes. And then all you do, it's just like any sort of glaze, is you just pop it on. And you're not going to see, you know, too much here under the lights, but it adds a glossy effect.
Fab.
So if I wanted to now add some say a gemstone for his eye, I could press a gemstone into the glossy accents and it would stay there.
Fab.
Also, if I wanted to add some mica powders or glitter, I could do that. And then when it dried, the glitter would be embedded in. It also acts almost as a glue when you start to add your Angelina fibres, which I'll show you now if you like.
Fantastic, perfect, yeah. Okay. You've got to be quick if you want the glossy accents, because have we actually sold out? Oh, last chance saloon on it, and I mean last chance saloon. Do check out those baskets. No one's checked out in a while, which is why I'm thinking of we actually sold out, because sometimes it takes our computer a while. But do check out as soon as you possibly can, because about 30 left apparently, and once they're gone, they are gone. You know we don't have this in often. Great to use on your polymer to give a real high shine finish and to make your pieces last and last and last. Debbie Bulford will tell you she always uses the glossy accents for all of her pieces.
It's brilliant for polymer.
To give that look. Perfect for it, isn't it? Perfect for it.
And also I think with polymer, it's very matte anyway. Like sometimes your friendly plastic will be shiny anyway. Your polymer is very matte, isn't it? So if you put that on, it just gives it that professional look. Like when I was doing craft fairs, there used to be that craze where you made little kind of cupcakes out of polymer and had charm bracelets.
I know what you mean.
They used to sell so well.
Yeah.
And the difference between a little cupcake that hadn't put the glossy accents on and the cupcake that had, it just made it look more professional.
I know what you mean. Yeah, it's a good point.
It's the finishing.
Finishing look. So not many of those left. Apparently about 10 left now. So check out if you want them.
Okay. So I'm going to heat up, with my brooch I decided I needed to, I wanted to have the sea. Okay. So this has got sort of greens and blues in. And when it's heated, some of those colours really come out. And also, if you really heat friendly plastic, sometimes it will give that kind of cracked effect. I love that, because I think it looks aged, and it just, again, sometimes I think if you work with this a certain way, you can't tell that it's plastic at all until you touch it. People will say, what's that made of? And when I'm wearing, I've got a flower necklace made of this, and people want to touch it to see what it's made of.
What it's made of, yeah. We do have the Heat It tool if you want it. It'll come on the bottom of your screen, and for this Heat It tool, which is specifically designed for this, well, this and other mediums, it is just £17.95. It's coming at the bottom of your screen for you. And also, just to let you know, we have already had text in, but if you want to send in more text, if you've never tried this before, or even if you have and you want some more hints and tips, Debbie K is your lady. Sorry. 60777, sorry, text to a JM Studio. We've got a text in now, actually, which, if you want to check that's all good,
can I
then
just,
we'll let you do that first.
Can I continue before it goes off?
Of course I can.
What I've done, I've just made it so that I can bend it.
Yeah.
And I'm going to take some fibres, and you'll see that you really don't need lots at all. That's probably more than I even need, because it comes out. And I'm just going to press it down gently, because it's tacky on the top.
Fantastic.
So that it kind of presses in. It also gives you a really nice texture on your friendly plastic, and then I'm going to heat it again.
Okay. I'm bringing this fusible fibre to you in a second, so do stay where you are.
And you'll see
it melting.
It melting, and look at the colour, it's changing.
Changes.
So keep an eye on your friendly plastic, because you don't want to overheat that. And then once I've got those heated, I'm going to take my, this is just a non-stick rolling pin.
Okay.
I usually use my clay roller, but I cannot for the life of me find it.
Okay.
It's in my workshop somewhere, and I've recently moved house, so... and then I'm just going to roll over the top. I've put some releasing agent in there as well. And I'm just going to roll it in.
Okay. We have sold out of that glossy accents now by the looks of things, so we'll pop the info back up.
So that you've now got that actually embedded into the friendly plastic.
It's gorgeous.
So I would then put it into my cold water bath. So this, to make the waves took a little while, so I'll just explain basically it to you. Once my plastic was still soft, I cut it into 3 pieces, 3 strips, and then I sort of moulded it just with my fingers. And if you sort of do that and then put it in the water like that, it will stay like that.
I see. Can you see that?
So if
Maybe we need to see that.
If I mould it, hold it like this.
Right.
And then I put it in the water, so I'm just going to move out of shot and put it in the water.
So you put it in the water like that, so all concertinaed up like we've just seen there.
And my water's not greatly cold,
No.
but it's still working. So I can't let go, which is why I've gone out of shot.
So it's essentially just concertinaed up to give you that gorgeous wave. We're giving you these fibres at clearance price in a moment. Get them whilst you can.
So look. It's made the wave. That's not the most perfect wave I've ever done, but you know what I mean.
Can you see?
So what I'm saying is whatever way you put it into the water, it will hold that.
Holds into that shape. Now, if you do want these fibres, now's your opportunity to do so. Fusible fibres.
Fusible fibres.
Fibres for you here. The ones we've used on this, if I can just show next to it, it's
yeah.
these ones, isn't it? Just to show you how different it actually looks. Obviously, depending on what friendly plastic you put it on, etc. This is actually what we've just used on this one, but the heat affects it, and obviously we put it onto the blue friendly plastic, gives it a totally different look. So thank you for that. You've got the 2 different types of your fusible fibres here. Let me show you all the different ones. So you've got these ones here, which are the ones we've just used, which are much thicker. This one, we have the 3 different sets here, sorry. This is your I always forget how to say that. Crystallina. These are your crystallinas, because these are the thicker ones. You get the opal haze, the passionate pink, and the ultraviolet. 7 grams worth there. But I also have the Angelina, and these ones, as you can see, super duper fine. Much finer, but used in exactly the same way. You can iron these. I've ironed them for my paper crafter before. Iron them, and you can actually make really nice wrapping paper and things like that with these. But yeah, you can iron them out, and they give you a totally different effect. They are really, really fine, really, really thin. But if you iron them out, they do all fuse together, so you can cut whatever shapes you like with these. They're great to use. You've got the butterfly, and you've got the gold here as well. So 5 packs. We've got to do a clearance price because essentially we're getting rid of them. Clearance continues here on Designer Inspiration. What is it going to be? £12.25. That is not your RRP. That's because these have been dropped in price recently. But this is clearance. £7.95.
Brilliant.
£12.25 is because these individually have been dropped in price of late. That's why. That wasn't their RRP. Their RRP is close to the £16 mark at our Jewellery Maker price. £7.95 though is absolute. See you later, alligator, fusible fibres, bye-bye. The RRP we've just found out for these, £21.75 is the RRP of our original price.
Oh,
our original price for all of these, what is it? I've forgotten already. £21.75 is our RRP on these.
Which, again, if you go and buy those individually, which is usually how you would get them, so on your craft site, so your craft on the high street, it would come to so much more than that by the time you'd got all those colours. Well, you wouldn't usually, because you just sort of buy one colour.
Yeah. So we have just done you from the RRP price a much better than half price offer. Much better. Because the RRP on these individually is about £4 then, isn't it? If it's 21. It's about that. So yeah, should be £21.75. For you today, £7.95.
Brilliant.
Bargain. We better read that text out just because we did show it quickly. Debbie, my grandson loves seahorses. Can I make a ceiling light with the friendly plastic? Good question.
Good question. I don't know for sure the answer to that, but because I'm not sure how hot bulbs get and how close you'd be putting the friendly plastic to the bulb, because obviously at a certain heat friendly plastic melts, but it's got to be a very high
heat.
So I suppose that's really trial and error of maybe taking a square of friendly plastic and maybe putting it near a light source and seeing if it alters it at all. But don't do anything elaborate in case it does alter it. It's, again, probably Liz will be able to answer that question. If you put that onto our Facebook page and tag Liz well, she probably will know the answer to that. She's been working with this medium for 20 years, so it's the sort of thing that Liz would know. I can't say for sure, so I wouldn't like to say do it and then your lovely seahorse melts.
I know,
Maybe make him a mobile, that would be really nice.
That's a really good idea, actually. Love that idea.
Mobile, you could put your fusible film on the back, or you could do two and stick them together so that when they turned round, he was on both sides.
Great idea.
Or a window decoration with one of our lovely gemstones in the middle that caught the light. That would be really nice. But do ask it, Liz, on our Facebook page.
You should be able to find her as well. JM guest designer Liz Welsh. You'll be able to find her there, or do ask on our Facebook page, because Liz is an absolute legend when it comes to this sort of thing, so she will probably be able to answer it, so just pop it up on there. Thank you for that question. 60,777 if you've got any more. Clearance price point, way better than half price, way better. Treat yourself. Clearance, fusible fibres, not many left though. Once it's gone, it's gone. We're not planning on buying them in again, which is why we're doing clearance prices. Well, no.
Oh.
No, yeah. We might get different ones, I'm not sure, but that's why we're clearance price, £7.95 for you.
Okay, so what I've done while you were showing was I've actually cut this into 3 sections, which is how I did my waves on my brooch. Now, you wouldn't want to present that as jewellery, because obviously you can see that these are sort of hanging off. And if I could you pass me my piece?
Of course I can.
Thank you. There aren't any doing that there, because what I've done, once I've put my seahorse on, which I've done in the same technique as I showed you how to connect the hummingbird in the last demo, I've actually taken the glossy accents and put it all the way over. And then I've trimmed any remaining fibres that were sort of protruding from the sea. So that way you get a glossy film over the top. It also acts as a glue, and it's a wearable piece of jewellery then, rather than having a lot of fibres that are sort of hickledy-pickledy and could potentially be picked off, which you don't want. So that's another way where your glossy accents acts as sort of a varnish or a sealant. If you're going to start using fusible films, your fibres in. It will stick to it, because it does, as you saw, but then you need to finish it.
Okay, yeah, perfect.
So that's how I did the C.
That's your tip. Thank you.
So what I thought I would show you as well is how to add texture with your mats.
Perfect.
Is that okay?
Perfect. We've got some textured mats coming up for you.
Okay. So I'll move my C out of the way.
Okay.
All I did with my C was when you heat it, it will go almost flat again, because it does that. If you heat, you wouldn't want to put in texture to this medium and then heat it again too much, because you lose all your texture.
Of course, yeah.
So you would want to heat it a little bit to actually adhere your seahorse to it, and then put it in sort of scrunched up so that you get the wave effect later.
Okay.
Okay, so again, this is a great fun technique, and you can do it with any rubber or silicone based mat that we do here. I can't remember what this one's called, but I got it from here. I really like it. It's got sort of Egyptian-y.
That one looks like ancient doodles.
Oh, it says it, ancient doodle. Shh. Sorry, it's me being a bit durish, isn't it?
I tried to be like, oh yeah, I recall that one. Got me right in it then.
You're definitely not getting the job on Coast to Coast now.
Stop showing us
You big
up.
cheater.
So you've got your badger balm out.
I've got my badger balm out, and I'm actually putting it onto my texture mat. Now, it's not a disaster if you don't put sort of your olive oil or your petroleum jelly or whatever you're going to use on there, because if you do find it just sticks and you can't get it off, leave it in the water. You can even put some ice cubes in the water and it will come off eventually. Okay. But obviously I want it to come off so that I can show you today in the time that we have. So I've got that ready, and then I'll move that out of the way.
Fantastic.
So I'm going to just choose.
To get your textured mat ready, you'll need a textured mat. So I've got one here for you. This one is
That's a nice one.
Under
I like
the Boardwalk.
I like that one. That would be good for peacock tail.
Ah, that perfect.
Yeah, because I wanted to
Genius.
make a peacock, but I didn't have time. But that would be lovely for peacock
Perfect
tail.
for a peacock tail. The thing I love about these mats as well is, I don't know if you remember our other kind of flexible mats that we do like this, but normally we'll do some that are kind of split into 3 or even 4 areas, so you
Yeah.
only get a small area. With this, you get loads of it. Great for things like bangles.
Brilliant
You've got
for
such a
yeah.
large area
That's
of
really
stamping. Oh, sorry, I'm laughing because my director nearly fell over. So sorry, so sorry. Where there's blame, there's a claim, babe. So you've got here your double-sided stamp. It's under the Boardwalk. Great for things like this. We'll see how to use it in a moment. Great for things like your polymer clay, even your metal clays and things like that. It is perfect for even just your ink stamping too. Price point today. £8.95 for you today, you're double-sided. Or is it? It's mine and Helena's last Saturday show together. Oh, Helena, we can use this excuse for the next 2 weeks. It's great. It's the last Monday together. Oh, last Tuesday. £6.95 for you. We've dropped it in price. Never, ever been seen at that lower price before. Never, ever, ever.
That's
Honestly,
really good.
we're just going wild with it today. It's mine and Helena's last Saturday together. £6.95 we're doing this for its lowest ever price. You've never seen it at that price point ever, ever, ever. It's always been £8.95. Once someone took it down to £7.95. We've just blown that out of the water. £6.95. This is how you do it. Under the Boardwalk, get it whilst you can, because we're going to see exactly how to use it now. So do check out those baskets.
That's quite good, because mine's got different textures. But say you did want to do a peacock and you wanted to texture a large bit of friendly plastic, because then maybe you'd get your cutters.
Yes.
And you'd need a bigger surface area.
You
So
would.
that's actually really handy.
Perfect.
I think I need it.
May as well buy it today, because it
think
won't be
I
that
may
price
need it.
again once management are back.
So here we go again. Shall I sing Green Sleeves?
Nope.
We're just going. No, please don't. I'll hum it. So we're just, if you
That
have
wasn't
got,
Green Sleeves, was it?
Yeah.
Go on.
That is Green
you're
Sleeves,
right.
isn't it?
Yeah, you're right.
It could have been
We
anything.
are lost on Coast to Coast. Next one, Songs of Praise.
Oh yeah.
We'd be good on that as
I
well.
think we'd be very good on that.
We know Green Sleeves. Perfect.
We might get thrown off of Songs of Praise, to be fair.
Possibly, yeah. Or Spring Watch, Helena's suggested.
My favourite programme
to be on Spring
Oh
Watch.
no, I need to be on Spring Watch because I just need it.
We'd be brilliant on Spring Watch.
Oh, I love that programme.
Me too. Oh. Antique Roadshow?
Nah.
Do you know?
No.
Fine, I'll do that by myself.
No, I'd do
Fine.
Spring Watch. So you don't need to melt this too much, because we don't need to melt it all the way through. We don't need it to move. So I can see that my top is quite glossy of my friendly plastic. And I'm just going to literally press down.
How much pressure are you applying to that?
Not too much at all. I was literally just dabbing it. If you really put loads of pressure, or you get your rolling pin, then you're going to squish it. So then it will kind of all squish at the sides, which gives a really nice effect actually, but it's not the effect that I was looking for. And then if I hold that up to the camera, you can see that I've got...
Isn't that gorgeous? Love it.
That sort of effect. So it's immediately turned that from a flat strip into something that looks completely different. So then it's up to you, you know, what you want to do with that. So you can use your gleams or anything to bring out that texture, because it's always a good idea to bring out the texture. On the pendant, I decided that I would layer it so that I would set my cabochon on it. And what I did was, the first demo that I showed you with the swirling technique, I just swirled some silver and then I just had that to the side. And then with this, I decided what shape that I would like, and I just used a texture mat to actually make this lovely detail, because against the swirling, you've got two different complete textures there, and you can layer them on top of each other. So I would then have to just pop that into the water.
Okay, got you.
And because even, unlike jewel enamels, even when it's set, if you like, you can still cut it. So sometimes with jewel enamels, you know, you've made a flower in it and then it's set and you think, actually I don't like that, but it's good because you can pop it back in the pot, but it takes longer. With this, like now I've got a square, so I might decide that I want that to be a different shape, or I want that to be earrings. So I could just cut that down the middle to make two halves, and then again I can go in with my gleams to just lift the texture up. Now if I wanted my earrings to stay a little bit sort of matte, or I wouldn't have to apply the glossy accents. Now I'm putting too much on here just so that I can hold it up and show you the difference that it makes, because I tend to like to put about 3 colours of gleams on rather than one. So I'm going to just take that off my hands, lift it up, and I'll show you there.
Yeah. Fab.
So can you see that actually brings out that texture so that you can really see it? And then all I did with my cabochon was make some holes in my friendly plastic, and I'll show you how to do that, just how easy it is. If you've got a needle tool, or I've got this awl that I actually got from here, and it goes through friendly plastic just so well. Decide where you want your holes, and let's just literally poke it through, and look how quick and easy that is. We're just through. So unlike jewel enamel, where there's a time limit on when you can make your hole, you can make it at any time. So you could put that, you know, you could put that aside, and then I literally just put my cabochon on there and just wired it.
Fab.
So you can, and there will be it will be on our website of Liz actually setting a cabochon into friendly plastic. But I thought, you know, Liz has done that before, so I won't do that today. But if you wanted to see how to do that, that'll be on our YouTube, won't it?
It will.
I would have thought. So, you know, with the necklace that you were wearing, the only difference that I've done there is I've moulded some seashells with the silver and actually adhered them onto the swirly bit, which was the sea.
Fantastic.
And added the dolphin. So you can make it even more three-dimensional. I mean, I could have gone in with fish and whatever I wanted in there. And then you just keep adding to it. So it's only those sort of techniques that you need.
Fab.
And then you can just build up and make what you want.
Build it all up together. Now, you did say that you were going to talk to us through quickly about this, so we've got a good 3 minutes. So, got ages, a good 3 minutes. So I'll quickly bring you this mould because someone did ask about it. Don't forget, after the break, I have got approximately 30 products before the end of the show to squeeze in. It's about 1.5 minutes per product, and in that section we will have friendly plastic bundle for you. So if you love friendly plastic, stay tuned for that. These are your moulds that we're bringing to you here now. We're about to show you how to use this one. You've also got this flower one as well, which is actually the one that I own. I am doing a polymer clay teapot at the moment.
Oh, that's lovely.
Yeah. It's a teapot, but I'm decorating it with polymer clay.
I was going to say, you're not... okay.
No, do you get me?
Yeah, I do.
But I'm covering the whole thing.
That was gorgeous.
I'm halfway through. So I've used this one quite a lot for that. You're getting 2 moulds here, super duper flexible, great for this, great for the mediums. Price point today? should be £13.90, but we're going to roll it down. Both of them, ooh, in my eye, both of them today should be £6.95 each, but not today. You buy one, you get one for £2, £8.95 for them both. And as lovely Debbie K is peeling off the black, you'll see her use it now.
So I'm just going to, I'm being very quick about this. Exactly the same way. Sorry, I'm out of shot. Let me bring it in shot.
There we go. Thank you, lovely.
Pressing it in, just like I did with the seahorse and with the dolphin. I made the dolphin mould out of an old earring of mine, actually. Press it in. You could curl over the edges if you want a more of a thicker mould, and actually push it in behind it.
A good tip.
So that you can make sort of a thicker, obviously it'll take longer, into the water, so I'm just going to take that out.
Go ahead. Just to cool that down. Also, I've got a glue bundle coming up in that under 30 section, that 30 section. 30 products.
That hasn't hardened at all well, but you can still see some of the design.
You can on there.
You see?
Fantastic.
A better way to see it is the bracelet.
So here we go. It's fab,
This
isn't
one
it?
I made earlier.
Like a pro. Love it.
All I've done with that is actually fold the friendly plastic round. You know the plastic inserts we get for the wire to hold it in place? I've just taken the friendly plastic around that.
Clever lady.
Just to act as, you know, and it will bend because that's what it's for.
Clever
so
lady.
any of our moulds you can do that with. And this one, I've used that mould a lot because, again, you can use that with your enamels, you can use that with your polymer.
Because it's such a deep texture on it. Great for things
it gives a nice, thick component as well.
Fantastic. Debbie K, it's been fab to work with you again. Don't go anywhere, you're here for another hour. After the break, I have got to talk very fast because we're going to have low prices. We are going to have loads of product. There's going to be something in there you'll want, so you may as well open your baskets now to get ready. I've got glue, I've got tooly things, I've got friendly plastic, I've got essentials, I've got gemstones, and I've got Debbie K's challenge. We'll be back in 3 moments.
Download the JewelleryMaker app today. You can watch our JewelleryMaker shows live, view all the details of the item that is currently on air, as well as browsing all the items from today's show. You can also minimize the video or switch to use as a companion app. Get the JewelleryMaker app today and boost your viewing experience.
Join guest designer Gemma Crow as she brings you a fascinating DVD that teaches you how to create all of your important findings that are essential to everybody's collection. Gemma will take you through step by step to create all of your finishing touches that bring your pieces to life, essential for all jewellery makers. To get your hands on a copy of this fantastic DVD, contact our call centre on 0800 644 655. Get creative with JewelleryMaker. We really appreciate your support here at JewelleryMaker, so we'd like to give you something back every time you refer a friend to us. Once your friend's order is delivered, you'll both be rewarded with a free £10 credit to each of your accounts. Simply log onto your account or ask our call centre team to find your Refer a Friend code, give it to your friend and have them type it into the refer box when they sign up online. Alternatively, give the code to our friendly call centre team and they'll do the rest. So come and bring your friends into the fabulous world of jewellery making. JewelleryMaker, share your passion.
Join Debbie Bulford to build your own colour palette out of polymer clay and create a signature blend to make your own design stand out from the crowd. During the workshop, you will complete your own colour chart to give you a recipe card for all your future creations. This workshop is perfect for all lovers of polymer clay. This course includes a selection of clay, use of all relevant tools, a buffet-style lunch and refreshments, a tour of the studios, meet the presenters, and a visit to the Gemporia Museum. All of this for just $64.95, and for more information, contact the call centre on 0800 644 655. JewelleryMaker, bringing out the designer in you.
Peridot is a member of the olivine family. This spring green gemstone is also the birthstone for August. It's a really interesting gemstone in the fact that when the light rays are split between this gemstone, you can see the resulting effect by eye. You often see doubling of back facets within this gemstone due to the high birefringence. One identifying feature of this gemstone is it often contains chromite inclusions. These chromite inclusions interfere with the structure of the gemstone and create wonderful lily pad inclusions within the stone itself.
Welcome back to Designer Inspiration. Hello everybody, my name is Becky. It's lovely to see you all. Oh, I've had some lovely messaging about my announcement. Thank you all so much. I'm very nervous, but I'm very excited as well. I'm also excited because today is the day I get to work with Debbie K. Yay! Hey Debbie K!
Debbie K, yay!
Debbie K, yay! Oh, we could work on a trendy show now as well, couldn't we?
Yeah.
Saturday night takeaway?
The world is our oyster, really.
Yeah, it really is. It really is. Debbie K, we're going to be heading over and having a look at her challenge very, very, very soon. We're going to do that very, very, very soon. This, ladies and gentlemen, the reason I'm going to be talking fast is we are going to be starting our 30 products in 40 minutes with number 1. Dun. So, let's get started. There's loads in here, lots of different things you won't expect to see. I've got moulds in here, I've got tools in here, and I've got friendly plastic. Have a little... Oh, team, I'm going to miss you so much. The ridiculous things my team says. For example, I say, I've got moulds, and then Ben goes, Pete, there's mould in the drawer, clean it out. It's little things. Have a look at this friendly plastic bundle for me. Fun. This is your fun rainbow. You have got loads in here. You have got the rainbow colour. You have got that gorgeous, gorgeous orange tone. You've got the chameleon-esque look. We've also got the gentle green, and you've got that emerald green as well. These, we've seen exactly how to use these today in our friendly plastic show. Your price point today for the 5 strips should be $12.95. We're going to roll it down. It's like a drum roll, sort of. £7.95, just trashing that price point on this today, honestly. We have got to fit in absolutely loads, so honestly, if you see anything you want, get yourself on the phone lines, 0800 644 655 for you today. Do get these whilst you can. Do get these whilst you can. I've got Debbie Kershaw's challenge coming up in this section as well, so do not forget about that. These ones are absolutely flying out. We're going to let you all get these. Well done. I've got Gem next, have we? £7.95 for you today. We are going to do the challenge bundle now. I am going to be moving on really, really quickly from these, but if you see something you like, I'm going to promise you great prices, so you may as well just treat yourself whilst you can. I have got, this is number 2 for you, I have got for you the challenge we set the lovely Debbie K 2 sensational strands, amethyst, perfect, beautiful, we all love it, and rainbow moonstone. 2 of the most adored gemstones perfectly paired together in this gorgeous bundle for you today. You have got that beautiful elegance and the richness of that gentle colouring of that natural amethyst, but then you've also got that beautiful tone of the rainbow moonstone that then has those blasts of blue shimmering underneath the surface. Both of these strands you have got sizes of around a 7x4 to around about a 10x6, and on the amethyst ever so slightly smaller, but still in that similar shape. Got about 65 carats worth on each of these strands, 50 on the amethyst, sorry. Your price point today for these 2 longer than usual strands is not £8.95. We're going to roll this down. This strand of amethyst you'd expect purely to be this price. Get your deals now. Clearance prices, £6.95 for you. This is Debbie's challenge, and don't forget, we're also going to get some free inspiration from her in about 45 minutes. That's about it. £6.95. They're super duper lengthy, and at that price point, what do you think of that? Both strands for £6.95, working out about £3.50 per strand for genuine gemstones.
They are my favourite strands.
Really?
Amethyst and rainbow moonstone, and obviously labradorite, which isn't there, but that's silly really, because these are gemstones I would use all the time. I'm always running out of them because I love them so much.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'd just buy them even if I didn't know what I was going to do with them, because I know I'm going to use them.
And you've been working with them already. What ideas what have you made so far?
I've been in a bit of a hurry, obviously, because I needed to prep from friendly plastic.
Yeah.
But I'm doing sort of an organic wire work sort of neck piece with this, because of the way the moonstone catches the light. I think it's nice to have them hanging.
Got you.
You know, so and then they kind of take on the colour of what you're wearing.
They really do,
don't they? And that's why I love them so much.
Yeah, fantastic. Loads of you coming in. Hello to you all. Lovely to see you all. And this next one, number 3. Yeah, gotta practice. Number 3 is going to go perfectly with this bundle because they're amethyst cabochons, and of course, how perfect. Oh, good work, Bex. Good work, Bex. I'm just chucking the amethyst cabochons around. Amethyst multi-shaped cabochons. Take a little look. You're going to get 240 of these, 240 carats worth of these cabochons. They are absolutely beautiful, genuine amethyst that I have here for you. Each one of them has different effects, different shapes. Some of them with banding, some of them opaque, some of them with clarity areas, some of them with internal druzy, some without. Different shapes. I've got a few drop shapes. I've got a few large ovals, a few gentle ovals, some more circular ones as well. For me, 240 carats worth equates to 6 cabochons. You might get slightly more, you might get slightly less. Either way, you're going to get a bargain, because 240 carats worth today, genuine amethyst, natural by the way, £9.95. Normally, you'd expect to pay that price point for one large cabochon of amethyst, really, because don't forget, amethyst is one of the most sought after and higher priced generally type of quartz from the quartz family. And how great would that go with this strand, which worked out just over £3.50-ish, well, less than £3.50 in that previous one. So £9.95. We've seen how you can even use these with the friendly plastic today, so get them whilst you can. Well done, absolutely everybody. I'm bringing to you now another stunner. It's really gorgeous. If you got the micro-faceted version of this on the morning show this morning, why not add this one to your basket, because it's going to go perfectly. Your stunning faceted peridot, 25 carats worth. Even the code's good. So you have got here 25 carats worth of your gorgeous peridot, one of the very few gemstones in the world that only comes in one colour, and the colour of this is beautiful, purest, most spring-like of all, that gorgeous stunning green. This is formed just like diamond in the mantle of the earth, so we are talking about around about 240 miles into the earth, past the crust and actually into the mantle. It's one of the only gemstones that done it, the other one being diamond. You have got your gorgeous peridot. Your price point today, Helena and I are not going to work together anymore on a Saturday. Price point today is rolling down there for £9.95. By the way, I am back on Wednesday. Expect more excuses similar to this. £9.95 for you today. Get it whilst you can. Good 85 is your code on this one. £9.95. More of you coming in, even though it might just be £1 off. If you think about it, if you're saving £1 left, right and centre like you have been this afternoon all over the shop with all of our clearance deals, it's a great little price point. And even at the original price, that was a sensational deal. Do treat yourself today though, because I cannot guarantee that it will always be £9.95, so get them whilst you can. I'm so excited to bring you this next strand. I've never seen this strand before. and I'm so excited to bring it to you. It's natural, which you know I love natural gemstones. Also, it's weighty, it's rich, it's renowned, and as soon as you place it against the skin, you can feel it. This has to be one of the most beautiful strands of pyrite I've ever seen, and one reason is because of the price. I'm absolutely blown away. Look at that carat weight, and the fact that this is natural pyrite, you'd expect the $10.95 price point, wouldn't you? For natural pyrite, you absolutely would. When we see pyrite, we don't often see it naturally. We see lots and lots of coated pyrite, don't we? Which, don't get me wrong, is lovely. In fact, I've even got a strand here. Look, these are pyrite, but these are coated. So that we've given them all these nice colours, and I love them, and I really, really do. But I also love that you can actually make a selection and maybe use coated and some natural, and say, look, this is how it naturally looks in the ground. It is beautiful, it's rich, it's deep. For me, it is the best gemstone when it comes to a metallic lustre. That's exactly what I'm looking for here. You can get lots of different lustres with different gemstones, and this one gives you beautifully that metallic lustre. The gemstone itself, the name comes from, is said to derive from the Greek word meaning fire, because essentially, because of that iron-based beautiful gemstone we have here, when you essentially hit it against another metal or something, a rock that's hard, it will cause sparks, hence the name coming from the word to make fire. You have got your gorgeous natural pyrite here. It's how Mother Nature intended it, in a really beautiful shape. Your tubes, your price point today, I love. Lowest ever price I'm about to bring you. It's not even £7.95, which is amazing. This is the lowest price point we can go to, £6.95. This is natural pyrite. Natural pyrite will generally demand a much higher price point, especially with the amount you've got here. You've got a huge amount here. A 12 by 8 mil on these. They're massive, they're gorgeously sizable. I love the shape of these though, because they're not just usual tubes. Can you see how they almost graduate off inside? They're not just flat, are they? Can you see they always go to a little bit of a point at either side? That means that these give you a totally unique and different look. Great for unisex pieces, perfect for steampunk, great for just on a piece of leather for a gent's piece of jewellery as well. Nice for vintage, it's great. Lowest ever price, we're not taking it any lower, it's last in stock, £6.95. Get it whilst you can, because I absolutely love them. Please check out those baskets. Okay, we're back on. Can you believe we are going to bring to you now, on the desk, in front of me, what is it? Glue bundle. Can you believe I'm bringing you a glue bundle in this? Oh, not just any old glue. Not just one glue, 2 glues. Perfect for different things. High post cement. Perfect because it's got your precision nozzle, great for getting into all those little areas, those little places that you need to kind of get into. And it does what it says on the tin, realistically. High post cement, once it's hard, it stays in place. Total of the side of the fence, I've got your E6000. It still, once it's set, but it's when it does set, it still has that malleability to it. So if you use this on things like your fabric, it still does have that gorgeous movement element to it, which is fantastic. For lots of different mediums, things like your Kumihimo, to add on your cords, you can use these for macrame, you can use these for things like your banana yarns, your leathers as well, perfect for this. Or, and speaking of leather, I've got leatherette here, your leatherette cords. Fantastic for you to use with just a bit of wire work at the end. You can make something really, really simple with this, just a gent's bracelet, realistically. Another thing you could do is mix them together too. You've got the really nice, delicate, dainty purple here for you. Go great with my new strand that I've got. Ooh, show. This is coming up very, very shortly for you. Brand new strand. Stunning, isn't it? And okay, great. So I have got for you 2 lengths of leather. They are a metre each. You've got 6mm and 3mm, and the 2 types of glue. Your price point today should be £12.75. We're going to crash this down though. We're going to crash this down to the price point that I have seen this very, very close to alone on the website. £8.95. In some locations that I saw, I found this by itself for just under £8. So for £1 more, realistically, you're getting your E6000 and you're getting 2 metres worth of your leather cord. No one expected you to take it to that price, Helen, and that's why everyone's absolutely running in right now. What? Helen has literally just gone, whoa, I didn't even see that. Yeah, loads of people coming in. Lovely to see you all. Thank you for sticking with me. I know I'm moving fast, but it's purely because I've got so much to fit in. So please do check out your baskets with these when you get the opportunity. Just because I moved on doesn't mean I've sold out, but I will sell out of this one soon. £8.95 for you today. Get these whilst you can. Bringing you some more leatherette right now. Around number... Fab. I'm bringing to you now some leatherette cords that will be great with the high price cement I've just brought you. So lots of leatherette cords, I think just great for things like little bracelets. Really easy to do, ridiculously easy. That, just on a gent, easy peasy. It's nice that. Oh, quite like the blue as well. They do go together quite nicely, don't they? Okay, so I'm bringing to you a metre's worth of your velvet leather. Oh, and that's how it's described. No, it just says velvet leather there. Not nice. With gold-plated metal beads. The size on these is 5mm. You get a metre's worth in each. So you have got these different colours. You've got your brown. You've got the turquoise. You've got the really regal purple. I've got the almost malachite colour. If you got that malachite in the first kit, it'd be fab with that. I've got this really nice blue. What do you say? What did you say? Oh, I thought you said whiskey blue. I was like, how many whiskies do you have to have before it looks blue? Wow. He said dusky blue. And I've also got your fuchsia pink. So I have got 6 metres worth in total. Your price point today? Should be £11.70. We are going to crash it down though. Oh, almost half price, almost half price. This is gorgeous and soft, beautiful against skin. Even if you just want to plait these, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Kids can get involved. £6.95 for 6 metres of this. That is amazing, isn't it? Really, really sensational. There's loads for you to work with here. Let me show you all the colours together because they're quite funky all together, aren't they? £6.95 for you. Hi everyone who's coming in. Do treat yourself to these. You can do something really, really simple with these, even if you just want to hand one pendant off these as a nice little everyday necklace. Perfect for this time of year because let's face it, if we're on holiday, we don't necessarily want, you know, loads of chain and things, do we? We want something nice, light and easy. I've done number 7. Let's now do number 8. Rhodonite rice beads. You have got I'm sorry, my director's singing to me. Rhodonite, it's alright, wear it to a party, is what he's just sung into my ear. I have got rhodonite rice beads here for you. It's Ben. He's in a band, don't you know? And I've got 140 carats worth here. You have got beautiful variety here, gentle, delicate rose colours, juxtaposed with this deep, dark, beautiful, almost quite intrinsically juxtaposed with that really kind of deep marble-like target effect within each single one of these. It's completely unique, totally different. We don't see the gemstone very often at all. Go great with things like your dendrite opal, which I do have coming up for you at some point later on. Your price point today should be, oh yeah, I said it. I said should, and what of it? And we are going to take it lower for you because the lowest price that we can go to without getting the sack, your price point today is £6.95 for you today. Well done everybody, do get this on whilst you can. It is absolutely beautiful with this. £6.95. I've got to move on. I do have to move on to the, what we doing? Purple marcasite hearts. Number 9 I'm on for you now. Marcasite, 3 words. Debbie K, go. Always everyone's first word.
Marcasite, purple. Purple, pretty and petite.
You didn't have to alliterate, but
Oh,
no
you didn't tell me that.
No problem, I like that. You're right, it is purple and it is very petite. You've got those beautiful submetallic kind of speckles internally within this, which is just fantastic. And I always think of it very much like a lapis lazuli after too many coffees. It's bright, it's bold, it's beautiful. There's not just a few speckles here, it is wild. It is going for it. It is really sensational. I absolutely adore marcasite, I really, really do. I think it's beautiful. Your price point today for this Starry Night strand. I wonder why everyone was running in like there's no tomorrow. Look at them all. Hi everybody, it's nice to see you all. £7.95 for you today. We hardly see marcasite anymore. It is hard to get your hands on, but it is absolutely sensational. It'll go great with my next strand, which we showed earlier. Why are you looking for my slide, Bruce? Make your own. You were asked. Who asked you? Your producer. Right, I see. Takes me hours to make them. You have got here your multicoloured coated pyrite. These are your graduated faceted rondelles that I have here, 70 carats worth. You've got lots of different colours. You've got the pinks, you've got the blues, you've got those golden green tones as well. You've got a 2x1 to a 4x3 IOVX32. Your price point on this stunning strand today, £7.95 for you. It is great to be able to work with such a variety of colour, and just look how funky they look. Really beautiful, don't they? What do you think? Fab, aren't they? IOVX32 for you today on this one. Get them whilst you can, because they're going to go great with, sorry, where is it? Carnelian. Have a little look at these. Beautiful strand for you now, carnelian. Carnelian's a beautiful gemstone, often known back in the past as the prayer stone, because apparently what people used to do is they used to carve in their prayers into these, and they used to believe that as they were carving in their prayers that they would be answered by the gods. Also, interesting fact, which I found off on the show that Debbie K absolutely snubbed earlier on, Antiques Roadshow, that the Mayor of Chester, actually wears a carnelian ring that has been handed down from all the mayors of Chester since the Tudor times. Pretty amazing. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous carnelian strand. Lots of different colours in here, lots of history. Find out for yourself. Your price point today for 330 carats should be £7.95. We're going to take it to the lowest ever price, because do you know what? We can. Your price point today is just £6.95 for you today. Great price point, never been seen at that price before, probably won't be again because I've not got that many left over. And I've got to say, it's going to go absolutely sensationally with this fire opal that I've got coming up next. I know there's loads of you coming in. Can I just say to you, if you just tuned in, I know I'm speaking like a crazy woman, like blah, 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 blah. I did have some sea salt chocolate before, but that's not the reason I'm talking like this. It's because I've got 30 products to do and I've got about 15 minutes to do the rest of them, so I've got to be quick. Fire opal here for you, 110 carats worth of this fire opal, and I've got a double strander here. I have got here for you those gorgeous deep rich reds that are burnt umbers, totally juxtaposed with that gorgeous mottle-like effect. There's loads you've got in here. Your price point today for 110 carats worth, just £7.95. That is beachwear ready. That is perfect beachwear. Just throw it over your neck. You're ready to rock it. Absolutely stunning. £7.95 for you today. 110 carats worth for you today. Get them whilst you can. Where to, sorry? Dendritic opal. If we're going with opal, let's bring you more, shall we? You know how much I love opal, and I love the variety. Look how sensational this dendritic opal is. Dendrite opal we don't see very often, and the thing I love about opal is there's so many different things we're looking for in opal. Dendrite opal has got within it this gorgeous fern-like structure. Now that is often called by your manganese oxides. That's what these beautiful dark areas here are. When you look at the word dendrite or dendritic, In the dictionary it will say to you that you are looking for fern-like structures, and that's exactly what you have in here due to that manganese oxide. You get these fern-like structures, you get those leaf, those branch effects. Fabergé have worked with these a lot. Carl Fabergé himself used to supply the Russian imperial court with lots of homemade pieces, lots of pieces that he created, and he used dendrite opal alongside diamond time and time again in all of, well, in a lot of those pieces. It's a stunning gemstone. Every single one is unique and individual and different. It should be. But my name's Becky, I love opal. If I can drop the price, I'm going to, and I'm not afraid to say it. We're taking your price down for you today. Can I go under 10? Of course I can. £9.95 for you today. I'm so excited to bring this to you. We hardly ever see dendrite opal, and when we do, it's gorgeous because you get that beautiful monochrome effect, which is not what we tend to get with opal, is it, really? But you have today. Just well done, everyone who got those. And I think these would go really nicely with this fancy jasper. Could you imagine these paired together? What would you do with them? Take a little look. Fancy flower jasper. Go great with that dendrite opal, wouldn't it? You've got naturally like occurring real mottled green effects, but also pinky purples as well. Look at some of those, gorgeous, aren't they? 200 carats worth here of your fancy jasper in those 5 petals flowers for you. There are 15 mil on here that I have for you, and you've got a real vast amount. I don't know if you've noticed in your own garden or in the park of late that those beautiful blooms are coming out, and if you are anything like me and you overbought on bulbs last year, I most certainly did. I went bulb mad. I overbought on bulbs. I actually ran out of space in my garden because I bought too many bulbs. Then I basically thought I lived at Buckingham Palace for the amount I bought, but I most certainly don't. I most certainly don't. So I ran out of space, which now means that I've just kind of got 1 or 2 of random bulbs in lots of places, which means that my garden is an absolute array of colours, and that is completely what this is saying to me. You've got that array of colours here. Your price point today should be £7.95 for you. Not today though. It is rolling down. We are going to get the 30 done. Of course we are. I have faith. We always get stressed at this time. £6.95 for you today. PVGP71, £6.95. People are coming in for this. Hi Hazel, hi Carol, hi Elizabeth and Amanda. It's lovely to see you today. And if you do love an array of colours, well, you've got it here. So well done to everyone. I know the graphics keep coming off, but I have got 15 more products to get in the next 15 or so minutes. So do have a little look. But how great do they go together? Watermelon quartz, solar quartz I've got coming up for you now. I think they go really beautifully together. These almost calm this strand down a little bit, don't they? Do you know what I mean? So you've got here 150 carats worth of these watermelon solar quartz, irregular rough nuggets, or slabs really, aren't they? If I turn them to the side for you, you'll see that they are slabs, aren't they? So you have got a gorgeous array of colours here, and you've got this really natural kind of banding effect internally, almost age lines. We don't really see your gorgeous solar quartz often at all, but when we do, it's always extremely popular, unique and individual. Your price point today should be, we are going to roll it down. As it's our last Saturday together for me and Helena, we are going to roll it down. That's going to be such a good excuse for the next like 2 weeks. £7.95 for you today. The last time I did a watercolour solar quartz strand, it was £29.95. I'm bringing this one to you at £7.95 today. So you know and I know that's an amazing price point. Get them whilst you can. It's sensational. And if you do want to calm them down a little bit, because I know to some people who've maybe not worked with it before, it could be seen as quite bright. How about pairing it with a really nice antique colour like these bronzite flowers? I think they'd go really nicely with them, wouldn't they? Bronzite flowers here. We don't see bronzite that often at all. I think it's a very underestimated gemstone here at Jewellery Maker. But when we do get it and when we do bring it to you, I would say that those people who buy it for the first time will continue to buy it, because it's one of those, if I'm honest, when I look at it on the screen, I always sort of double check, because I think that looks nothing on screen, but to me it's gorgeous. It's like, for me, it's the best type of lava kite, because you know in lava kite you get those areas where you get that labradorescence. Well, it's like that, but instead of areas of the blue, you get areas of antique bronze that absolutely flash and hit you in the face. It's gorgeous. Get this home to appreciate it. Your price point today, 10 mil, $6.95. Well done, everyone. You've checked out really quickly on this. Nice work, everybody. It's beautiful, it's vintage, and at that price point you may as well try out bronzite. And if you don't love it, don't forget 30-day money back guarantee. And don't forget, if you're joining us today for your first time, you do get a free booklet with your first one. What did you say? Sorry, sweet. Black chain would go great. You're absolutely right, Helena. I'm going to miss your eyes. Oh, not in that way. Oh, I like your eyes. I have got here for you 1 meter's worth of your black coloured copper chain. It is really beautiful. How great for a vintage look here, especially as you've got with on this the rainbow moonstone on this chain, because this, as we know, is quite an art deco gemstone, which they used a lot in those times. You have got in each of this section a double cluster of the moonstone just on little head pins. Your price point today for a meter's worth of this is just $7.95. Great for vintage, great for your art deco inspired pieces, perfect for steampunk as well with that mixture of colours too. Mr. XW36 is your code. I think that is a great one to get your hands on if you want to do delicate pieces, or if you want to put it with bold pieces like this, Snowflake Obsidian. I'm on 18, not many left. I have got these gorgeous big bold twisted pieces for you here, all just made in volcanic regions essentially. It's a wonderful gemstone, your Snowflake Obsidian. Is it not loading? I might bring that to you later on. If I don't, I'll try tomorrow. It's not loading, it's being silly, and as you can tell, we only got time. I only got time for this. Bringing to you big bold green. This it is, isn't it? Do you remember the last time I had this, I did that snake charming thing. People thought I was weird. I have got, you wrote about it in your memory diary, don't lie to me, Ben. I have got for you here green colour coated quartz. Take a look at these, a whole meter's worth essentially of gemstones. They're huge, they're big, they're bold, and yours today for this price. £14.95. Realistically, you'd be looking at paying that if these were cabochons for about that many, wouldn't you? The bit I've hidden. So all of these for nothing really. That is a great price point. It really, really is. I'm not swinging it, brother. No. Ben's asking if I can try and lasso you with it. If someone put it on a crane, I'd be able to like Tarzan across, wouldn't I? I've not got time. Stop messing around. $14.95 for you today. Get those ones whilst you can, and well done to anyone who's got them, because it's great to have that many gemstones, isn't it? Findings. Really beautiful findings for you here that I have. I have also got some more friendly plastic coming up in a bit, so if you want friendly plastic, you're in the right place. I've got a bundle coming up in a second. I've got for you these fabulous findings. They're going to be great for earrings because I've got so many, but also great for a multi-stranded necklace. And actually, as we've seen, you know, we've been talking about polymer and friendly plastic kind of oozing through this. Be gorgeous, wouldn't it? You're going to get 5 pairs of these, 10 in total. Your price point today, £6.95 for you today. That is just great, isn't it? All of those in that gorgeous gold as well. I love the idea of doing a 5-stranded necklace from these. I think it'll be really beautiful. 10 of them in total, so great for earrings too, and nice weight to them as well. Get them ones if you want them, and if you do, oh, that's annoying. It's upside down. And if you do, just to say, you put yourself a bargain, because essentially you're getting 5 pairs. It's a great price point, isn't it? You're not going to believe what I'm about to do now. I'm about to bring you Beryl. Now, normally, beryl we'll talk about a lot because you need to know how prestigious it is. It's got members in its family like morganite, wow, and emerald, wow, and heliodor, and goshenite, and aquamarine, and wow. And we talk to you a lot about beryl because at the end of the day, we're used to seeing the high prices. On our website right now, I've got more than one multicoloured strand of beryl, that's $74.95. I've got more than one strand of multicoloured beryl because that's the price it usually demands. Today, we're doing it in this fast-paced bit, which never happens because normally we let you know about it. We like to call it romancing the stone. That's what Steve calls it in our training. He goes, you got to romance the stone. He's not Liverpudlian, so I don't know how that just came out. But today, I've not got time, and I don't need the time, because guess what? The price does it for me. $9.95 for you today. That is one of the lowest priced beryls I have ever been fortunate enough to bring to you. So that is absolutely sensational. One of the most prestigious gemstone strands in the world at the price of, well, not much really. Amazing, isn't it? And bring you another prestigious gemstone in multicoloured form. Totally different tone though. Of the multi-beryl that I've just brought you, it's more around the 25%, but with these ones we're looking more probably around the 75%. So a nice juxtaposition. Gorgeous tourmaline, known because of its magnetic-esque properties. You've got here 80 carats worth. You've got 6mm here today. EDKY54 is your code. It's a beautiful strand. Your price point today, just £7.95. Again, I would never expect tourmaline and $7.95 to come out of my mouth because that's not the price point we usually demand from tourmaline. But we are today. Get it whilst you can. Lots of you coming in. Well done, Nettie and Karimat. I hope I've said that right. Leslie, Caitlin, Anne as well. Well done to all of you coming in for this. $7.95. Absolutely bargainacious. Bringing to you now in the drawer. Actually, I think that'll go really nice. Mookite. Nice, a big, bold mixture of colours that we've got in here. We're on number 22. Not many left of your beautiful deals here. You've got gorgeous Pantone colours in here. You've got the colour of the year set by Pantone of Masala. You've even got the Pantone colours in there of the sandstone and of the custard as well in here. So a really beautiful, fashionable strand here in one of the most popular gemstone strands that we have here. One locational mookite, 12mm faceted round. Your price point today is just £8.95 for you for a gorgeous array of colours. That is sensational, especially when you think every single one unique and different. So it's going to add real beauty and real interest to your pieces. Well done everybody who's coming in for these. £8.95 for you today. Get them whilst you can. Eye pins. Perfect for these, absolutely perfect. 925 eye pins. I've got friendly plastic coming up, I've got more gemstones coming up, and I've got findings. 925 for you here. Take a little look. 925 enveloped in rose gold, and it is gorgeous eye pins that you've got here. They are sensational, especially as we don't do eye pins often anymore. And let's face it, you know, if you do it, I have got a 925 wire work show coming up in not too long, but if you think about it, when we are working with your 925 and you get any 925 wire, when we say normally with normal wire you can make your own eye pins, but really when we get 925 you probably don't want to do that. You probably want to make the rings or whatever. So get these whilst you can, save your time, effort and money, especially when you're getting 20 for just $6.95. The genuine real deal. Make yourself link necklaces, big earrings, whatever you want with those ones. $6.95. Well done everybody. I've got another friendly plastic bundle for you here real quick. This is my last one of the day. It's a great price point. If you've only just tuned in, you've missed a corker of a show, but we do have we have had it on the show today, so watch back later on at night when we're repeated, or watch back on YouTube. Take a little look. You've got 5 different ones here. You've got a rainbow striped ones, you've got really intricate kind of tie-dye ones, purple, a rich fuchsia pink and a delicate blush. Your price point today for Pretty Pansy should be $11.75. It's not today though, we're going to take it down in price point. Friendly plastic strip, it's rolling down. $7.95 we're going to go to. I may as well tell you now. But just get yourself on the phone for that. $7.95 for those 5 strips for you. I know the chevrons are meant to build tension, but you know, I haven't got time for tension. This isn't Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. $7.95 for you today. Well done for those ones. Great, 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 great. On the desk in front of me, there are some bolt ring clasp bundles. I've got gold and I've got silver, and I've got loads. The great thing with these ones is they're easy to use. Everybody knows what they are, so even if you're brand new to jewellery making, you'll know what these are. And some of our findings, I don't think you can actually say that. But everyone can use these. We all recognise them. Bolt ring clasp, and with these ones you even get that added jump ring on the top there as well. 100 bolt ring clasps in this total. 50 of the jump ring, 50 of the silver and 50 of the gold. So you can make yourself 100 necklaces with this, or 100 bracelets. That's great. Price point today should be, we're rolling it down, quick as a flash. I love when Helena says crikey. Oh, crikey! It's literally the worst thing that comes out of her mouth. You're like that. Oh, £8.95 for you today. Crikey, you're right. £8.95 is a great price for 100 clasp. For 100 of these in total. It's amazing. Working out about 8p per one. Fantastic. I promised you a mould, so I'm bringing you a mould. This is sensational. You can make bezels with this. Quickly. Because if you mess up my timings, I'm going to cry. I know you won't. What do we do with this, Debbie?
Well, you can use your polymer clay, you can use your friendly plastic, basically to make your bezels, or you could make your shapes so that you can layer things. And you've got 2, 4, 6, 9 in there, haven't you? 9 moulds in one.
9 moulds. It's amazing. So essentially, if you're going to use it with things like the friendly plastic, like you said, you can have the backing on it, but you can fill it with things like resin, can't you?
Yeah, I don't do resin, but I will soon because I'm going on one of Fee's workshops.
Oh,
yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. But yeah, I'm sure you can. Yeah. So again, multimedia, you can do loads with it.
Multimedia, so you can make your polymer background and then maybe fill it with something like your resin.
Yeah, it'd be lovely.
Gorgeous effect. Love that. Thank you very much, Debbie Kate. You're good at this game. You have got your 9 different shape moulds. Your price point today for this, just £10.95. Super duper flexible, super duper workable, and I'm pretty sure you can put this one in the dishwasher as well. Double check it though, but I'm pretty sure you can. £10.95 for you today. Get it whilst you can. Well done everybody who's coming in and getting that. Bringing you now some lovely turquoise puffy coins. You're right there, Pete. Just stood there chilling. 27. It's my lucky number. Yay! It's the little things. So I've got here for you these beautiful turquoise shapes. They are in those flattened button designs, gorgeous matrix in every single one, really intense, rich, deep colour. This is your reconstituted strand, meaning that you get gorgeous shapes, big bold pieces at bargain prices. $8.95. If this was just turquoise, no RE, just turquoise, for this, even at our prices, £40? 30, 40 for this amount for shapes like this, easily. $8.95. You still get the look and you still get the turquoise, but at an amazing price point at £8.95 for you today. Bringing something a little bit different in this section for you. How do you feel about storage?
Oh, I love it. You can't have enough storage ever.
No.
Oh, that's really good. Are they long, like little long compartments?
Wait, let me show you. So you get one big one, and then they're all individual little pots.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Absolutely loads of individual little pots. I'm sorry, I'm showing Debbie Cameron, I'm showing you at home, I'm like, look. You're here too. Have a little look. All of these individual pots you get inside, and each of the individual pots still has its own lid. So every single pot has its own individual lid on it. And what they essentially do is they stack, but look how many there is. Look at them. There's loads of them.
That's brilliant.
Huge amount. You get 42 pots of these individual pots in here, but then you get the big box as well with the lockable section. Your price point today, $9.95. $9.95.
I definitely need one of those. Have you got a lot or not?
I don't know. How many have we got? No, not many. 53.
Oh no.
So do treat yourself. Great for lots of different findings, isn't it? Perfect for that. And just to let you know, if you are into polymer, the big box in particular is grade 5, so you can use it to store your polymer. $9.95 for you today. Well done everyone, not many of those left at all. 925 spaces here for you in that gorgeous gold colour. I have got this lovely kind of double twist, almost gizmo coil effect on both sides, and then that beautiful detail in the centre section. Sometimes it's hard when you're doing gizmo coils to find anything that fits in, if that makes sense, but I think these ones do beautifully. It's genuine 95 and it's got gorgeous gold over the top of these. Now, as I'm sure a lot of us will know, gold at the moment, and well, it's always been tricky to mine for, but in particular at the moment, in some mines, we are rifling through a ton's worth of rough to get 1.1 grams worth of genuine gold out of the ground at the moment. It's one of the most dire situations we've been in with gold for a long time. Get gold whilst you can, because if it does continue, the price is going to absolutely go through the roof. Get it while you can. 5 pieces of each price point today. Should be. I know I've just said all of that about gold, but my producer Helen likes to show me up, so she's going to drop the price. Your price point today is rolling down. It should be $9.95 today, $6.95 for you. She's just taken that first 9 and $6.95 for you today on this one. They are absolutely gorgeous. They're beautiful. I think one of these just on a really simple stretchy pearl bracelet would look very kind of Tomasabo, very kind of Pandora-esque, very kind of, I need to think of one more that's like that, Boodles-esque. Oh. $6.95 for you today is the price point. Well done, everyone. Last look, lots of multi-buyers. Seriously, low price. Oh, is this our 30th? Oh! Well done, team. And you said I couldn't do it in 40 minutes. Look, if anything, I've got too much time now. Brand new strand. We're ending on a high. It is sensational. Brand new strand. It is your gorgeous dainty coral. Take a look. Beautiful. These are the individual shapes. You might remember a strand similar to this in the past. They used to be called peanut shapes. These, though, we've called them fancy shapes now, just because it's a little bit easier to understand, I suppose. But this is how they look individually. But look, that's how they look when they're all together. You will be used to seeing, I brought this strand to you earlier on, which is the one that's going at the bottom of your screen. This is the strand I brought you earlier on, much larger. This at the bottom of your screen, $7.95. This is 10 by 5. This goes beautifully with it, doesn't it? Really gorgeously, but these ones are smaller, a 6 by 3, but still, just show you the length of the strand is the same. It just so happens that obviously I counted about 150 on this. You're going to get more than that on here realistically because of the size. Loads of you are already coming in for this and you're all on the website. Probably because you know the price points. I have got here for you a gorgeous strand, which is just beautiful, ethically sourced as well. I do need to point out, ethically sourced, so do not worry, you can buy this in confidence. Absolutely, we don't go into the sea to disturb marine life to get this. Ethically sourced, beautiful shape, interlink beautifully, work together just as well by themselves. Your price point today for a brand new strand, £6.95. This is how we do it here at JewelleryMaker. It is sensational, and let me show you them next to each other again because they do look beautiful, but they give you 2 different looks. They'd be great together in a really nice piece. You could do a graduated coral piece, which I don't think I've said before, but totally natural, by the way, in their colouring. Totally natural in their colouring. So do get them whilst you can. $6.95, that is absolutely flying out of the door. And $7.95 on this strand as well. I just think they're fab together. Well done, everyone who's got that. I love it. I think it's fab. I just love it. What a difference. Have you got loads and loads of pearls? How about just a pair of these on either side of a pearl? Use these as spacers for your pearls. Both organics, especially if you've got a natural coloured strand of pearls. Both natural coloured, both organics, but they're going to look gorgeous, aren't they? Just a pearl in between each pair. Really fab. $6.95 for you today. Totally new. Well done, everyone who got that. It's time to head on over to the gorgeous Debbie Kershaw. I'm going to bring the bundle with me so I can show you it. I had a beautiful brand new bundle. An amethyst and a rainbow moonstone. Sometimes I roll my arse just to pass the time. And how were they to work with, please, Debbie
Oh,
Kay?
they're absolutely gorgeous. As I said before, they're two of my absolute favourite gemstones. So, you know, they're just absolutely beautiful. The way they catch the light, the shape was lovely as well. And they're all different sizes and shapes within those.
Yeah.
So it was quite nice. I made a flower, but also just nice for charms, or just if you're going to make a plain charm bracelet, just to use these together and just put the
Gorgeous
charms
for
on
that,
chain.
aren't
It's beautiful.
We dropped the price like nobody's business. We really did. Both strands today, £6.95 for the 2 strands. It's just a great price point for your oval duo. 65 carats with approximately on the rainbow moonstone strand, and very similar amount on that amethyst. Gorgeous clarity to that amethyst. And just take a look at what Debbie Kay made. I love it, Debbie Kay.
It's a quick make because I made a bit of a mess with the friendly plastic, so it took me a while to clear it up because I do like to make a mess. Just lovely, organic, flowing colours, which is why I love my amethyst and my moonstone. So just wanted to make an impact, but do it quite quickly.
Yeah,
so that,
you've
you
done
know,
that.
I could have made that a lot more elaborate, but you get the idea.
Yeah.
Just for a bit of inspiration. But I mean, I think with these are the sort of gemstones that everybody recognises. They know what they are, don't they?
Yes, absolutely agree with that. Everyone knows moonstone as soon as that shiller hits in.
Yeah, I love it.
And everyone knows the amethyst too. Amethyst, the quality of this strand in particular is sensational, isn't it?
Really
there is a
nice.
lot of like definity within, isn't there?
And there's loads of different purples within. Like some are darker, some are lighter, so you can cherry pick which ones you want.
I've just noticed that actually.
I
Yeah,
quite
I've just
like that
seen.
in a
There's
strand.
almost some yellows in some areas
There are.
actually, isn't there?
Yeah, it looks a bit sort of ametrine-ish in some of them. So you can hand pick, and I like to do that with a strand because it depends on, you know, I might want a bolder colour in some places and not in others.
Yeah. Oh, it's imperative you check out those baskets, ladies and gentlemen. I've got about 25 in baskets. Imperative that you do check those out. But it's gorgeous. Can you see the glow internally within these? That is sensational, isn't it? £6.95 for you today on your oval duo. And how did we create this? Because there's no fastening on it.
No, it's just supposed to be like a torque necklace, so sort of 1 mil wire or even thicker. And if I could have made a noise, I'd have hammered it to give it texture. So that you just place it around your neck and then you kind of position it where you want it to sit. So that, again, it's that organic flow that looks like it's kind of growing around your neck, which I really like. I'm really into my organic flowing jewellery. That's my sort of style. But you can make little flowers with it. I think these strands are what I'd call bread and butter strands. They're kind of strands that you just need and you have and you use. You know, they're not strands you get out and look at and go, that's gorgeous, oh, I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it. There's always something to do with strands like this.
Yeah, you're right. Go gorgeous with the angelite that we had on earlier.
I love that angelite. I've never seen that before.
Have you not?
No, and I love it.
It's gorgeous, isn't
I
it?
love its name, I love its colour, its properties. It's, yeah.
But wouldn't it go nicely with this?
It'd be gorgeous with that because you've got the kind of ethereal feel of the moonstone.
Yeah.
Yeah. I need it.
Debbie Kay, I adore you. You're fab, you're lovely, you make me smile. The show has flown with you here.
Oh, it's so nice to work with you again.
When are you with us next, please?
Oh, you'll be sick of me next month. I think I've got
Next
4 or
month?
5.
It's too long. It's too long.
You'll be going, oh, not her again.
Are you doing morning shows?
I am doing, yeah, I am actually. I'm doing designer inspirations now and you're not.
Yeah.
I've jinxed it.
Typical. I am back tomorrow, wonderful people, and I am going to be with my other partner in crime, Spellbinding Laura Binding. Oh, you're in for trouble. I'll see you very soon. Bye.